Everybody all right? All right, two to be here, two to be alive. Come to Yahuwah, isn't that right? Certainly couldn't do it of ourselves. Like Josh said, how am I know this? He said, how I know this on my own? He said, I get all my teaching from you, preacher. It be some wrong stuff too. I said, you didn't get all of it from me. That man said, he said, man, he said, preacher, how someone know this? I ain't been eating from nobody else, preacher. I said, you didn't get that from me. That's the wrong information. Isn't that right? You done mix it up with somebody else you done heard before and then try to throw it all together like a little collage or something. Anyway, everybody all right? Don't play with that hula. I grew up eating hula. It was nothing like that stuff Josh be telling me. Yeah, hula, that was Saturday breakfast. Henry Gray and him get them cereal. It's time for the hula. He take that salmon and bust that salmon up in that can, that double Q salmon, bust an egg in it, start scrambling that thing around. Hula. Put on some bread. He'd be like, this stuff disgusting. With mayonnaise, yeah, I was like, yeah, it's pretty disgusting around here. But you couldn't tell him about it. He had to go in and eat it and come back and say, can I have another sandwich? Another one of them disgusting sandwiches. It's just because you're a kid, man. No kid that want to wake up and eat no salmon in the morning. Salmon cut, I hate them. I hate that stuff with a passion. It's ugly. It's brown, it's balled up and brown. I don't like it. I've never liked it. I think with onion, people put the onions in. I'm like, yep, this is disgusting. For breakfast, salmon croquette? No. You remember eating salmon croquette coming up? That's right. You know why you ain't eating that at your house? Because I had a job. I refused to starve my kid with that stuff, make them think they were eating a meal. No. We never had that stuff, man. I would never buy a can of salmon. Salmon don't come in a can. Salmon come out the water, and you catch it with a hook in the can. I always hated that stuff. But he made you eat it, so, you know. I like that man had the pigtail. You know, he ain't gonna cook nothing there. You ain't got no choice. Dump all the hot sauce you got on eat it. But I hated it. It was disgusting. I hated pig ear, disgusting. Them big old lima beans, hated them, disgusting. I just hate them with all my heart. There's a lot of stuff I hate in my life. I just don't eat it. I don't eat it to this day. They just made me just hate it to the utmost. Then y'all had to grow up eating lima beans. Not lima beans, the butter beans, not the lima beans. Lima is the big one, them butter beans. No, the big white ones is the which one? The butter beans. Butter beans, them lima. No, lima bean the green one. Lima bean the little green one. I'm talking the big white one is the butter bean. Now you bought the big, ugly white bean. I hated them things. Had that pork and I hated that thing growing up. I hated how healthy I got off of it. And that right, them things were terrible. I hated lima beans. I hated I definitely hated salmon croquette. I didn't like. That stuff disgusting. People go, oh man, get some of that salmon croquette. Disgusting, not interested. I don't care onions in it. That thing was just disgusting. It's like a cornbread or something on it. I hated that thing, bread. It just made it worse. It's just like, It made you hate salmon. I mean, when I go out first, I had to wait for I ate salmon. I'm like, salmon croquette, salmon, it's gonna taste like this. I hate it. I ain't had nobody. Everybody holler, oh, you need to eat mine. Like, yep. You like it? No, it's disgusting too. Liver, hated it too. Oh, I hear folks say, oh, man, I cook liver, eat it like steak, taste like steak. Let me try, eat it. What you think? Yep, what? Disgusting, like all the other liver. It's liver. There's nothing you can do with liver. It's disgusting. It's nasty to the utmost. They go, oh, put that stuff in some gravy. I like put that stuff in the garbage. Some stuff you can't say. You like liver? It's disgusting. Who I like liver? Yeah. I got a job. I hate it. Once y'all go to work, y'all stop. A lot of stuff you like liver? That stuff disgusting. It's disgusting. I ain't never ate nobody liver taste worth nothing. But people think that, ooh, put them onions in there with it. Like, put that junk in the trash. It was just this. White people do that. They feel like, well, I think it's supposed to help you if you got some kind of low blood, if you got some kind of ailment. Low iron, I think. They tell you to eat liver, but eating it raw is supposed to do something for you. I ain't gonna do it. Whatever it's supposed to do, I ain't gonna never get it. Hanging up, Chris. Chris, you want some liver? Have his eyes on. He all right. He trying to. He got his eyes real close too. So you still walking everything, ain't it? That's a gift. They didn't operate. You know, the only person I can see operate with their eyes closed to that, Stevie Wonder. But he play a keyboard. They pay him for it. That joke be sitting there, you be tired, that joke here play it out. He like, you sleep. No, just sitting here, just chilling. I don't know how you get away. Do blind people sleep? I wonder do they see light, though, when they sleep? Because they're already in the dark. I bet they be walking around the house cutting on the lights, though. I can just see it because there's an energy in the house. I mean, you take them in the house, you sure ain't no power now. Does it really make sense you blind, you live by yourself to get the electricity put on? Really, you just wear a coat. Why? You ain't like you can see nothing. I mean, walk around here telling us, yeah, we need to change these lights out there. Why? Okay, somebody done got hit in here. Done got personal. I just asked a simple question. I wasn't buy no light, but hey, we need to change it, but why? It's out. He's like, well, it's been out for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see a blind person at Home Depot with a bucket full of bulbs. You're like, I just started, but excuse me. What you finna do? I got some lights out of the house. You notice or someone told it to you? Like, who said, you notice said of yourself or did others tell you this? Oh, I guess y'all don't read the Bible. I need to go somewhere. Bring me somebody to read the Bible. These people don't read nothing. Y'all know nothing. Y'all all right? Y'all know anybody blind? Y'all ever met nobody blind? Nobody met anybody blind? You know somebody blind? Your granddaddy was blind, wasn't he? Your baby brother was blind?
He had the TV on all the time.
He had the TV on?
Yeah, but he could hear, listen to it. Yeah.
How long I known you? Wait a minute, this the first time we had that conversation. I know you about 50-something years. When we ever had that conversation?
That's why you so busy.
I ain't that big. You got a blind brother. I need to know something about that. Why you hold something like that? Could have changed my whole life. You don't know how that could have impacted me. So your brother was blind. He used to watch TV. He used to listen to TV. Where you at now? Oh, no. He wasn't blind. He got blind like later sometime, wasn't it? Yeah, like he was. How many of y'all thought there was somebody born blind?
No, I mean, he wasn't born blind. But he was.
I'm sitting here, I don't know nothing about it. I'm trying to figure out.
30 though when he did go blind. He was right. He was 30.
No.
Yes, he was, but he lost his eyesight when he was coming from work one day and he was coming across the street.
Oh, my
That way he couldn't see.
Put that down. Put a check down. That's two eyes dark out. They ain't smelled. That's her blind brother. Because I ain't never heard this story. I know that man. I don't remember that man being blind. When he was blind?
You know Frank was blind.
Take me to the wall. Come on. Now, I don't remember this. This is a no one. I didn't know what she was talking about. I had to look that one up. You sure about that? I love. He is so wonderful. Somebody want to get baptized now. That's all. This is new. I thought she talking about somebody I didn't know who was born blind. I didn't know nothing about it. I think like, was he born blind? Who was it? Did he sin? Or was it? I didn't know what happened, so I had to find this information out. Everybody will tell y'all got some important information. Y'all need to let us know about it now. Because it's a lot of stuff keep coming up later on, and some of this stuff we ain't heard none of these conversations, and some stuff folks should have been mentioned. Am I correct? Who got some information they need to tell us right now that we ain't never heard that we need to know now? Somebody point at that. Valerie. Valerie. What happened, Valerie?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What you better tell us something we don't know about you we need to know, and we just finna hear it tonight for the first time.
I had a blind uncle.
You had a blind. Take me to the, fill it up, got two of them. You got a blind uncle. And then the one used to work for the man for free, slave.
No.
So the one used to work for the white man for free and slavery been abolished. He wasn't blind. That's how he did what? That's how he was able to pay. Why he didn't know he was free though? There's some states scare me. Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, I'm very afraid of those states. That's the truth. Y'all ain't afraid of them states. I'm saying Tennessee, all of them. They ain't just no Tennessee now. They all bad now. They just bad. They know. Can you not tell that slavery aura hadn't left it? I mean, can't y'all tell that? Roy, can you tell that the slavery, the aura of it hadn't left? That's why I'm saying it though. Like even with Alabama, you could tell it. Like you could just see the people just see the progression is so far behind. You're like, goodness, you could tell how you know how the people kind of act, how they do, and not just now the distant parts of Georgia too. Now you can feel it. They go down there, you can tell them niggas ain't far removed from slavery now. The teenagers ain't no what other end. The whole southeast, southwest, north, west, east, out, all of them. It's just a bad aura that we have in a lot of these. Louisiana, that slave ain't left down. Who else there? Arkansas, yeah, I rode through there. I ain't missed nothing. I rode through Kentucky. Oh yeah, I drove through Kentucky. There was no reason to stop. I don't remember getting no gas or nothing. I don't know. I drove truck. I didn't stop in no Kentucky. Did you stop in Kentucky? In the mountain, I stopped in there one time on going to Knoxville, and I fell asleep. We was on the expressway, and they stopped up. It was an accident, and pulled the brakes and closed my eyes. Went to sleep. When I woke up, the expressway was completely covered. They said, "Time to go." I said, "No." If you got a spray, they said, "Nope, no trucks. Keep going." And I started the pathway coming down Nickeljack Mountain. Man, did not pray. When you come down the mountain, you don't know which end it with, and you starting it off. Listen here, man. You do a lot of talking. You do a lot of considering. Like, this is bad. This is terrible. All I'm looking at, man, I don't know if I'm on the mountain. Listen, they let us off, and I had to like. And people following me, it's like, this is bad right here. You don't know if you're going down the side of the mountain. They don't know about that. Listen, man, you watch truck come past you running, kick up snow, just keep down the street a little bit. You still laying on the side, tires still turning. You just keep rolling. I'm telling you, I seen enough stuff, man, make you pull the truck over, just give it up. Just say, you know what? Listen, make you get out, pull the brake. I'm serious, just make you say, you know what? I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm done. I watched a guy come through. He fell asleep, went up on the bridge. Y'all know how you go up on the bridge, you got that under. He went over to the side and went that part. Listen, it looked like that truck had went through a paper shredder. That joker had lettuce. That lettuce shot back down that spreadway. It was lettuce on both sides, everywhere. All you had to do was put some tomato and some Dijon mustard salt and start eating. If you had your own chicken, I'm telling you, listen, you could have made a chef salad right there. Man, I ain't never seen somebody like, listen, I'm talking about lettuce everywhere. That meant, listen, it cut the whole top of the truck off. They said if he make it past today, he probably won't die. I was like, man, I'm giving the truck up. I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, man, you know, as soon as I get opportunity to give it up, you keep going and keep going. I done broke down West Virginia, damn near froze. Man, West Virginia's so cold down there. That first time I ever seen goats hanging out the side of the mountain with blades of grass. I ain't never seen animals on the side of the mountain like this. I was riding, I'm looking at myself. All you seen was signs saying, look out for falling rocks. I'm like, rocks falling? Folks, he said, yeah. He said, we just camped out a couple of days ago. He said the whole thing was shut down. Rocks. So you riding looking for landslide or rocks coming, and you watching animals hang out the side of your mountain. You like, man, West Virginia, I ain't never lost nothing. It's a place I went to, I'll never go back there. I wouldn't even piss in West Virginia. If somebody need to piss on West Virginia, they won't get it from me. I send it to them in the mail. I don't even want my piss in the mail because the envelope gonna be upside down. It'll leak out. Some places you just don't want to go. There's a lot of these guys here, they would be wanting to drive. They ain't seen that out there. You got down that road, boy, it's enough stuff out there just run your mind ragged. You get your good days where, you know, this ain't a bad day to drive. You get some days you like, forget this truck. I get out of it right now and let it go. I don't know, I had a bunch of them days. You ever had them days on Ted? Some days are one of the bad days. Some days, you know, you like, I just got this thing if I wind up killing myself. You like, you see all that stuff going on, you just look at law averages. You say, you know what? You can't keep doing that for so long. Laws of averages on you. They think about it, they jug now, they be, oh, I'm just, don't get me a CDL, start driving. It take more than that. I'm telling you, it take what's Miss Lyle. You gotta have a brain. You gotta be able to think. Oh, just man, you got to be able to think. I was a thinker. You got to be able to think. You got to be able to you got to get in the head of stuff. A lot of guys, it's a lot of men here too, just around a lot of truck drivers, just not in this room, just wide up. They steering wheel hold. They're not drivers. They can't think. They just run. They think they drivers, not drivers. Steering wheel hold. Don't ever classify yourself no driver. Let people know you hold the steering wheel and you let the truck go where it want to go. That's a difference. When you're a driver, you know how to pre-plan, you know how to think, you know how to maneuver, you learn how to move and get out of things, you know how to be smart. So I had to learn that. But a lot of times, a lot of people, they just going to grab a steering wheel, jump the truck. Because if anybody could do it, I've been to college. Yep, go on out there and kill yourself. And kill a whole bunch of other people. They can't read. They'll get it right on the sign, see a bridge this low, and got a trailer, and they wide slap over. Take the whole bridge out. They just still, you got to think. Have any of y'all ever rode down East Ponce de Leon by Scott Boulevard? Yep. You seen that bridge? Yep. There's so many dumb bills. Let me tell you, ain't no sign to tell you be in the middle. Them dumb bastards in the right lane, they find out real quick. Wrong lane. Yo! You slamming that bridge, you learn real quick. You should have been in the middle. You got to be able to think, man. You got to be moved. Listen, all this, you got to be able to catch this on a whim. You got to pick up and know stuff. But I ain't going to fix that. Yeah, you're right. Listen, by the time they read, when you read that sign, Chris, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying by that time you stuck. And you don't know what you're doing, you're in that right lane. Listen, you just injured yourself. You just tore that truck up. And you go ahead and you just know, no, you won't be driving after that. That come to you fired. I seen guys do some dumb stuff. It's some dumb truck drivers out there. And, you know, people don't realize you wind up killing somebody out here. It's money to be made, and now we're bad. They just putting anybody in these things now. They shoot them out here and they give them these ridiculous amounts of money to drive, and they don't understand the safety of it, the importance of knowing what you're doing, and realize how much, it's a lot of responsibility when you're in a truck. Mentally, it's a lot because your mistake can end up in somebody else's death and yours. And ain't nobody gonna go, no, man, you know, stuff happen. Now you finna go to jail. You going to the headquarters, go ahead and mess your draw, you finna go to jail. You just moved from being somebody that was a legal citizen to a felon for something stupid, playing with your telephone, all this stuff here, you kill somebody, you going to jail. You might as well just went in one of them grocery stores, just start shooting people. Because, I mean, it's a lot of responsibility, but a lot of times these people don't think nothing about it. They just feel like, especially they look at preacher did it. You know, preacher did it, you know. Yeah, that's a good reason. That's why I do it. I don't know why you don't do everything else I'm doing. Why don't you come here and preach too? I mean, preacher did it. That's a lot of stuff, man. You getting them trucks out? Huh? Yeah, until they get up there and they realize there's a whole lot, man. Man, it's just a lot of men. It's several here, you know that. I'm going to get my CD. I want you to get them too. I can't wait to see you get fired. They don't realize that, right? They don't know they got that. It's a lot. They get them city. Listen, like a lot of our people in Fortune, they ain't really had to go through what they supposed to go through. You're supposed to go on that road. Yeah, you're supposed to see that truck from the side of. You're supposed to see the world in that truck. Man, you see that world, boy, you'll never realize how stinky you get from sitting in the seat, turning the steering wheel. And shit, you get real musty in that truck too. Listen, man, you get to go in them places, man, I'm telling you, it's just terrible. It's just terrible. Food riding, you're gonna just riding, always somebody white, fat, with the butt crack out sitting on the chair. They want to look gambling machine. You go in the bathroom and take a shower, got to check behind, 'cause you know somebody been jacking out, they've been in there too long. Don't take that long, you that bathroom, come out of there. Oh, it's nasty. They be filled. They come out, white folk hair all wet like a dog, and all of them been piled up in that one room. You're like, yeah, they probably clean this one right here until they get another one. They let you get a free shower, you buy enough gas. You know, ain't nothing free, so it been half clean. I mean, you got to do something on that road. You got to learn how to adjust, get in and get out. See, these people here, they get the luxury. They come around here and go home. They ain't hardly did nothing. Somebody done hooked the trailer up for them. Somebody done took a marker and drew where the truck was to where they going. But see, when I was coming along, unlike these guys here, you had to think. See, we ain't have no map quest. You had an atlas. You open that thing up, and you got to look at them highways and figure your way. I'm trying to tell you now. Listen, I come from listen. Listen. You had that road map up, you pull that map, you let that thing cross that steering wheel and get to looking. Well, you not maneuver and be thinking that you're going now. GPS a turn, put in truck route. Now truck route, you better figure it out. Had to learn how to read that atlas to go where you're going. I'll tell you, man, then you been out there long enough. That's why you keep this. See, I know they ain't no truck driver. You know how I know they ain't no truck driver? They ain't got no CB. I know they ain't no truck driver. Got to have a CB. How you know what's going on here? It's always somebody you hear tell you, listen, it's some boy walk you straight to the door. You get it, listen, you have, listen, boy, listen, it's some folk done been everywhere. Listen, ain't nowhere they ain't been. You tell them, listen, walk you straight to the door. These guys get one, they ain't got no radio. They got their phone hooked up to the radio, listening to music, and they don't know what's going on. That CB save your life. Tell you, listen, man, let you know exactly what's going on. You got to check it. I need to know what's going on. I'm on the house. I need to know what's going on, where I shut down, how I can get out, where I need to cut, what I need to do. I need to know if they roadblock. These niggas ride right straight to the folk. Mass gunmen sitting, they ride straight up the thing, barrel sitting on their nose. If they had shut that radio off and had a CB, they'd have known that. But that's old day right now. You had a CB when you were driving? You had a CB? Okay. You had a CB? So you got to have it. Radar detector had all that stuff too? Yeah, you had to have this kind of stuff. Yeah, how many of y'all drove? How many of y'all drove a truck? You had a CB? What? Someone stepped ahead. You had one? Oh, one of you. You got to have one of you. You got to have a CB. You can't do that. You got to know what's going on. Listen, that's your lifeline. Let you know what's going on. Other than all that stuff, you got to have that CB in there. You got to be able to communicate. You know, they talk. I had my buddy get in there and talk to him and let him know. I'll call him and say, hey, good buddy. They're going to cuss you out. That's what you call a gay person now. See, back then, good buddy was good. You said, appreciate that good buddy. You can't do that now. They took that and turned that around. That homosexual. You run the rest of my call you a good buddy. He's saying you gay. You homosexual. So you need to know them guys. Hey, you a good buddy too? Say that thing. Now you got a gay parade going on. There's a couple of y'all out there going. But y'all have to learn how to communicate, get out there and learn how to move around. And them truck drivers, those are lifesavers out there. See, people don't realize truck drivers, see, these guys now tell they steering hard. They don't know a lot of stuff they got in that truck. Truck drivers are actually required to stop and assist you if you were broke down and your car was broke down or somehow. You know, they don't know that. These guys don't know that. They wouldn't know that. I know they don't know. That's why they got to, you know, they think they got fire extinguisher in case their truck catch on fire. You supposed to assist other people. That first aid, yeah, you said that's what they got there for. They're saying you supposed to stop and help assist somebody with. Them bastards keep right going. Somebody get that tag, just call them on in. Get them right from behind that wheel. You're a danger and a detriment. They don't know why they got that in them. You know, that's what the fire extinguisher for, to help assist somebody else. But see, now everybody just grab a steering wheel, take off, shift 2 gears. Yeah, I'm out here, I'm a truck driver. No, you're a steering wheel holder. And be careful for that loose nut between the steering wheel and the seat. That's a bunch of them in the truck, yeah. Every time they want to be a loose nut. Look, most time you look, when something go wrong in them truck, it's that loose nut. Right between the steering wheel and the seat. They be looking around between that seat trying to figure out. So they'll catch on out the wild in there, right? They got that white man taught me that years ago. I had the light came on my, I was trying to figure out where that engine light came on. I went on, took it to the shop, tried to figure out why. He went up on the hood and closed it, cut off. I said, what happened? He said it was that loose nut. I said, loose nut? He said, they had a loose nut. But I went about all my door trying to figure out what loose nut. I said, oh goodness. That man told me. He said, yeah, he said your radiator fluid just too low. I just topped it off. I said, God damn it. He said, yeah, he said, go and give me $20. He said, give me $20. He said, well, the teacher next time start paying attention. I gave him $20. I said, yeah, it helped me out. But see, now they get free learning here. That's why they don't learn nothing. That white man charged me $20 to do that. He put hard in there. He said, well, next time you'll learn to pay attention and you'll do it. And that was a good lesson. See, free lessons don't help you. I love that I wasted $20 fooling with him. $20 was money back then. So you know what it made me do? I got rid of that loose nut between that seat and that steering wheel. These got him. They don't pay for nothing. They tear up everything, mess up everything, and keep riding. And so that way you don't learn. You learn by when it be an expense to you. Then you start looking, I'm losing money. Now you start learning how to keep your money by start paying attention to what you're doing. For whatever reason I'm telling them, because I be trying to help them out, but the free lessons don't help them. Free lessons don't make them think. When you start looking at you spend your money and it's some stupid stuff you paid for, you know what you start doing? Let me start checking this stuff. Because them bill be adding up. You realize, well, that's a lot of stupid stuff. And you start going over stuff, make sure stuff done. And here what they'll do. They'll do that. They'll just keep doing stupid stuff. As long as you pay for it, stupid, 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 dumb, 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 stupid. So you start letting them pay for it, then they start realizing. I'm telling you, once your money run out, because you're stupid longer than your money. When you realize, I'm telling you, when your stupid run you to every dime you got out, then you start saying, I need to start thinking. I need to start taking my time, looking at this stuff, making sure what I'm doing. So I'm old school. I do that, like hook up a trailer that night. First thing I do, run in the morning, jump in the truck and take off. I would never do that. I'd check my truck again. Who to say somebody reach up on here and pull my fifth wheel loose? I ain't gonna be able to explain to the man the night before I had hooked up to it, it was connected. That means I just told him I didn't pre-trip the truck. This is gonna be another violation. See, that quick you gotta be able to think. By saying one thing, you just say you didn't do something else. So when you did that night, you didn't know you're supposed to do it again. You're supposed to pre-trip your truck before you get in, and you're supposed to post-trip when you get out. I already know what they do when they get out. Shut it off, jump out, and take off. That's not prevention. Prevention is knowing before I leave everything was good. Check it again when I come in. That's to prevent me from breaking down. They will go do something stupid and break down. If they had stopped and did what they supposed to do from the pre and the post, could have saved a whole lot of time. What I'm talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about, Uncle Ted. Yeah, that's a different day now. Now they get anybody to see they don't care about these folks. They don't care. The folk who ought to be pissed with them is the people need cars beside them. They don't realize these folks time bomb. These folks gonna kill everybody. They gonna ride down the street. They're irresponsible. They ain't gonna think. They just got their mind stuck on. They gonna make some money, and you don't realize that money can cost you a whole lot in the long. I'm telling you, I know people, man, ended their careers in them trucks. I'm trying to tell you, man, it don't take but a second. You can get out that truck. You can get in that truck that morning, and you could be a non-felon, and by the end of the day, you're a felon. Just cause a couple of things you didn't take your time to do. That's the difference between making money. So I successfully did it. I made money doing it and got out without being a felon. So that's the difference when you watch these guys here. How much stuff they'll do, they don't listen. You try to tell them, pay attention to veterans, pay attention so you learn stuff, so you'll know stuff. I can teach a whole lot of folks stuff on the phone. I can teach you stuff on the phone quick you learn from folks in school. I educate you right out of the road, teach you stuff they don't know. Ain't none of these guys been driving on me. Nobody Uncle Ted. Uncle Ted would come along, it wasn't but one wheel. It was a unicycle then. They had a unicycle. Now he would come, but he started back there, it was cab over mostly then, no one. I had them cab over too, they were rough. You had to sit on top of the engine, and you check the engine, you got to jack up the whole truck. All your stuff and then flip over with it, it jack over, and that's how you wind up checking the truck. Most guys wouldn't do it. It was too much work. But you had to do it. And you don't lock that cab back. And get what? That bad boy, you be riding. Hit the brake good. Listen, you that truck over just like that. Yeah. Tell them, Uncle Ted, you had to lock it down. You had to lock it. I was driving truck a long time. They don't be. I watch it. They impressed. They say I don't be impressed with them. I said, no, I don't know. I know you don't know what you're doing. They'll be thinking, oh, preachers just try to kill people. I'm trying to kill you. I'm trying to stop you from killing somebody. They'll pat themselves on the back. They'll be thinking they know something. I said, no, I know you don't know what you're doing. It takes time. Really, I know you don't know what you're doing. It takes time. It's so many different scenarios you have to go through and you have to learn till you really get the real gist of it. It ain't just dry. It's just stuff that you pick up that you just learn how to do and stuff you start watching you learn to avoid. You'll make some mistakes and you learn to start realize you can't keep doing that. They cost you. Hello? Same when it comes to salvation, you got to take your time. Got to take your time. You ain't going to know everything fast. You just got to, over a period of time, you keep growing, you start learning from your mistake. What you start watching with people, and they keep making the same mistake, they ain't trying to learn. They're trying to find a reason to fail. Oh, yeah, I'm telling the truth. When you keep making the same mistake, you ain't trying to get it right. If you got your mind set on really getting it right, if you make that fail, it hurts you too bad. And then you realize you behind. For some reason, they'll feel like they ain't behind. You can't go screw up and catch up. You never catch up. You're always behind. That's so you start realizing, I can't afford that. You ran a relay before with y'all parents? You drop that thing. As soon as you pick it up, you right there where they at. What you got to do? You got to run harder. Now, your plan was, if you had caught it and you hadn't dropped it, you could pace yourself. All that's out the door now. Because now you got to try to get to a certain level to try, and you just blow it and waste it. Because you train to pace yourself to know where you need to be. Now you dropped it, you made it harder for yourself. And that's what you start looking at when you do it. They train you how to grab, how to go, watch, and know to stop running, and know you got to pick and you got to go. And that's what you got to do when it come this way right here. You can't afford to keep making a mistake. It'll cost you, I said, like in the long run. In the long run, it'll hurt you. Because a certain spot you look and you get to, that's when you're going to turn your blast on. So you want to try to hold enough distance to where when I take off and put everything in it, guess what? Y'all can do it now. It's hard to do it. I'm all the way back here, and the camera, I'm trying to catch a man up down. 9 times 10, I'm gassed. If I'm blasted, he blasted. At that point, we done. I done lost the whole race. So it's good when y'all going through it to take your time and learn. And I tell y'all, especially for men, you know, to build you up and be good men, you want to try to really put yourself in and try to make as few mistakes as possible. That's what you want to do being a man. You want to make as few mistakes as possible. You start constantly making a whole bunch of mistakes, slow down. You're doing too much. I'm telling you, I can help y'all out. You start making too many mistakes, you're doing too much. It's too much going on. You got to start looking at it. You got to start cutting some stuff out, Stop, get your bearings so you can see where you're at. Because after a while, it'll overload you. I'm telling you, people crash all the time out here because you made too many mistakes. After a while, what you say? I'm just a stupid idiot. I can't get nothing right. Then you can't. It's just you want to slow down. You're trying to do everything too fast. Just like a baby, you got to slow them down. They're trying to eat. Why? Why you trying to slow them down? You're going to choke. You're going to wind up killing yourself trying to eat. Isn't that right? Instead of feeding yourself. So I try to teach you some stuff to do it, you'll choke. Maybe that'll help some of y'all. Probably not everybody. I ain't going to help everybody. Somebody ready to go jump in the truck right now. Ain't never even drove one. Because that's what they heard. Isn't that right? You heard a preacher. You heard a preacher start driving right now tonight. No, you're going to take your time. I come through and I made so many mistakes. That's why I try to talk to y'all and I tell y'all, I'm only good at what I do because I made another mistake. And eventually, you make another mistake, you just realize, you know what, I'm a damn fool. At some point, I need to stop this. At some point, you need to get something else to your credit instead of you just screwing up. That's just being honest. At some point, you just have to start looking at, you don't want to keep being that person. People say, I hate being that person. I hate kids. You don't. If you keep doing it, you don't hate it. That's something you become accustomed to. When you hate it, you try to get away from it as far as you can. Isn't that right? You try to distance yourself from it. Just like your past. As far as you can get away from it, you want as much time you go. So when people bring it up, you know when that was, though? See that? Because you start distancing yourself. Because people are always going to hold stuff against you. And that's a good thing, and it's kind of a bad thing because then people don't get to see the new you. But at the same time, it gets you to see that's how critical it is to watch the mistakes you make. Because people don't forgive you like that. And they make it hard for you to forgive because if people keep holding over your head, then should you have forgiven yourself? So when people say, you know what, I hate people try to hold stuff on my head. But I'm telling you, that's a good thing. I said, it just teach you what you don't want to do. If they talking about it this long, is that something I want to go do now? You know, if they still talking about me now about stuff I did then, is this something I want to go do now? What they going to do? Say, well, let me stop talking about it. He's doing it again. Now you're definitely, and you know what they're going to say? I knew the whole time you ain't changed. That's what they're going to say. I knew you never changed. I knew you wasn't new. So that's why it's important for you to look at, you start looking at processing things. How did I get into these situations? How do I continue to get myself in these situations? Then you start looking at doing corrective measures. We talked about before, anybody here that making mistakes, messing up, you need to sit down and do a log. And see all of the mitigating factors that lead up into you getting in them situations. Because things aren't just happening. You can coerce yourself into failure. You can coerce yourself into doing things that's wrong. Start coercing yourself to start doing things correct. It'll be better for you. You live longer. You start, now you can focus yourself instead of keep focused on. I know some of y'all, you don't have to raise your hand. You live your life on when the next time, how long it's going to be before I mess up again. What you think going to happen? Eventually, you're going to get tired of waiting. You're going to go ahead and do it so you can get out the way. See, a lot of people, you can lead yourself to your own, how long if I mess up again? How long? Because, because you start buying into the scenario or buying into the hype of you can't live right. Everybody do something. Don't believe that. You're going to always continue to learn as long as you're living. You're going to learn things you're going to need to know. And then things come in a time. You might say, why couldn't I have learned that then? It took you to mature. It's a different. It's some things you can know. I mean, you can teach a baby algebra. How much benefit the baby gonna have with it? At a certain point in their life, it'll be beneficial. At a certain point in their life, it's beneficial to teach it to them. So at a certain point in your life, that's when you start making these growth changes when it's more beneficial to you. Sometimes for us, it's beneficial for us to have made the mistakes we made earlier so we can learn from and see what happens when you go this route. That drives me now to realize it makes no sense. My confidence of me not messing up is not because of me, it's because of the failures I made, and I come to the realization, what's the end result to it all? You know, you might be good for now, but you still got to come to judgment. So it's imperative that you sit down and you consider the decisions you make got some impacts to the final judgment. So the only thing we can do now, we can't erase the past, so we work to try to make sure we do corrective measure going forward. And that's our goal and our expectation. The changes we make now and going forward will prevent us from having to suffer from the things we've done in our past. Y'all got it? We got to be remorseful. You got to be remorseful. A lot of y'all keep doing what you're doing. You don't believe you're going to die. They don't believe they're going to die. They don't believe it. Because you watching something, you believe in something, you congregating with some people that sold you on some bad bill of goods that you're not going to die. I'm talking about the inevitable death. That one you got to believe. You got to believe that first. If you don't believe, I mean, how many people here think they're going to live forever? Exactly. So if you ain't going to live forever, what's going to happen to you? Wow. So when you die, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? So it's so many things we try to do. The first death alone should drive you to say, wow, what type of person do I want to be? What type of person am I aiming for? People might say, well, I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, if I'm dead, it don't matter after that. We working towards something. Y'all got just like a seed, the life that it lives is going to be conducive to what it does when it go into the ground. Y'all got it? It's going to be conducive, whether or not it's going to go in the ground or not, or whether or not it's going to flourish. Hello? And that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to flourish when I leave him. Y'all got it? That's my goal. I'm looking to flourish when I leave him. If I can't stop the inevitable, I can't stop me from burning. Y'all got it? That's not a definite. As long as you live, you got opportunity, you can do something different. You can't stop dying. You can go ahead and work out, take your pills, and buy the vitamin, go get your vitamin C packs and do all that stuff. You're still going to die. Only thing you can prevent, you ain't got to burn. And we do that from trying to make sure we don't make the mistakes. Then you got to look at, you're going to have to wind up making some mistake. There's no way you're going to die. Because he done already put out his mouth. I mean, it's a point on the men. And how you supposed to die? The wages of what was it? It's what? Move, yeah. So you're going to have to commit it. The man got to set it up to be. Let me ask y'all something. These people don't understand that this is inevitable in a sense that man has to die, okay? The way man has to die is because of kata. You understand that? Because that's how you die. If a man don't commit kata, how you die? He shouldn't. Yahushua came here. What sin did he commit? But he did say the reproach of them that reproached him. Had to die. Had to die, it's inevitable. You come, it's inevitable, you got to die. You just ain't got to burn. So we have to start to accept certain realities. Certain things are inevitable and certain things are just a reality. The reason why a lot of you guys don't stop doing the stuff that you're doing that's wrong because you don't want to accept certain realities. Y'all got it? And now you push yourself into something that doesn't have to be a reality. You burning forever does not have to be a reality for you. This does not have to be something that's a definite for you. Moot is a definite. You burning forever is not a definite. So we're here where we can make changes. That makes sense. Anybody that got a different mindset out of you, I don't talk to everybody because some stuff, I just don't have time to wait with that kind of stuff. I don't have time. My mind is set on something totally different. I used to have that mind where I looked at, well, I know I'm just going to live, I'm going to die, I'm going to wind up burn. Then you start keep saying it long enough, then you buy into the psychosis of it. Then eventually I said, who sold you this? Who sold you this? Because you start feeling like everything is outside of your ability. If you got, this is what people don't realize, if you got the ability to commit guitar, you got the ability to do right. Why would Yahushua ask them to choose that day who they were going to serve? You don't have a choice. That don't make sense. Why would he ask them to choose that day who they're going to serve when you don't have a choice? That don't make sense to tell you to choose if you don't have, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have a choice, that makes no sense. Does it make sense to say choose who you're going to serve? Oh, the devil just got a hold of me. I'm just locked in to serving. That's what you chose. See, nobody never taught and gave it to us to a plain enough state because we keep thinking and we'll associate being saved with the power. Now you don't have the power to commit sin. The reason you don't have the power, the authority, you don't submit to it because you understand the ability that you've been given. It's a choice. It is a choice. That's why the man is, look, he don't have a problem with putting you there. It makes no sense to send me to Sheol when I don't have a choice. I ain't have a choice in the matter. You had a choice. You had a choice. Everyone had a choice. Everybody choose. You have a choice on what you want to do. How many of y'all the Spirit picked y'all up and brought y'all here? But you're here for, you know what, I right, the Spirit brought me here. And I see a car in the parking lot, Spirit. That's an automobile. Listen, the truth of the matter is, he let you make choices. You consider, and you have to make these things priority like you make other things priority. You make lying a priority if you want to get out of something. You got to make truth a priority if you want to get out of burning forever. These are all choices you got to make. Y'all got it? You got to sit down and weigh it. What's the end result? Based off of the choice of, why did I make the choice to come here tonight? Because I don't want to burn forever. I'm trying to learn this man and learn the will of this man and learn how to submit to this man's will. And I ain't going to be able to do it if I keep bucking against it. Okay. That's just me. I put y'all to sleep. I knocked y'all out. I just want to tell the truth. Stop with that failure mind. I have some people like, I want to try to hang around. Nope. And I'm very nope, not interested. I don't like boring people. I like people I can talk about you. I like to talk about people while they're there. Don't we, Hayward? He just rude. He hang up the phone. Hayward don't waste no time. He says, hang up the phone. We call him back. What's wrong with you? What's the matter? Anybody told you to hang up no phone? And we all go at it. But we get it like that. Then I say something we taught her. He said, preacher, them guys not going to get strong like that. I'm like, what? Cut, preacher got a day, not going to get strong. He tried to tell me how to cut somebody else down. Then we turn around and focus it back on him. That helped make him strong. Hello? Ain't that right? We had to get it back on him. He tried to tell other folk can't get strong, so we try to help him get stronger. And he'll tell me, you know what, preacher? I know you calling my name, but you talk about somebody else. And he like tell them, oh yeah, them your boys. I know how you about your boys. Yeah. Then he done got strong, he could fight back. We do that at the end of the day, everybody got to get strong. Y'all got to stop letting everything be so sensitive to you and cause you to break. And that way you don't get offended. You got to build yourself up. You ought to be offended with yourself. The fact that you're willing to take yourself and let yourself burn in Sheol. If it's inevitable, you got to burn, why come? So you don't even believe your own statement. Why would I come? If I know it's inevitable, I got to burn. Think about it. What sense does it make me to come? It don't matter. I'm going to burn anyway. I'm going to still come. That don't make sense. There's an alternative. There's a choice. He gives every one of us that opportunity to try to get it right. Man, don't cut us off after 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 50 million, gazillion times. Man, gives us enough time. Listen, that way he makes sure he'll look at when I move and I make Marsh pot. Listen, he know I have no regrets. So everybody have an opportunity to sit down and consider what you love. Who you love. At the end of the day, what you love. Hello? Okay. All right, I try to move on. They don't want to hear that. Apparently I'm bought into something else. They got to go read some more books or do something, buy into something else somebody else done told them. Listen, you can make their way as complicated as you want to, or it can be as simplistic as it needs to be. It's really not hard that people make it. People make the way harder because of what their narrative or what their agenda has been versus what this man's agenda been. He just wanted everybody to understand plainly what he wanted us to do. What did he leave us that he left? It was complex. Absolutely not. It's very complex to pick his book and just start reading when you don't even know what he is, who he is, what's his manner, what's the behavior, what does he require. Y'all got, what's your connection to him? A lot of people read, that's like when they gave us the Bible. Really, it made no sense for the Negro to pick up the Bible, the so-called Negro to pick up the Bible, read it. You had no connection to it. It wasn't your language, nor did you know what a God was. Everything they taught you benefited them and not you. You were given to it and you learned to love it and serve it and call on it, and it never had a real benefit for you. People never saw themselves in no heaven. There's no way that people could have saw themselves going to heaven. The people in that book look like the people that were beating you and on you. You didn't look like those people. The God, the Jesus was white. I'm going to tell you, what color was Jesus when you were growing up, sir? Did you see the black one? Did they used to teach you about the black one? What color was God as far as you know when you were little? And even we were taught that. Now, you honestly tell me that you looked at a book, and all of the characters in that book were white. It had white names, and your black face looked and saw you there. Do you know we had to lie to ourselves? You know that was not practical. Because you looking at what they gave you from the pictures and the people who oppressed you. And what did these people tell you? You know what? Even though you're a nigga and a slave, even though I cut your foot and your arm and your leg off, and I cheat you sharecropping, I see we both will be in heaven. That man never told you no, y'all will be in no heaven together. It made no sense. It made absolutely no sense. And that's why we've been in such disarray for so many years in our homes and our marriages, with everything with that. That thing, it's not even practical. It's not even practical. Did you tell me, picture in your eyes, picture in your mind, the white heaven you know. You still, even though what I know now, I still see it white. White people is clearer picture than seeing black. Let's be honest. I don't care what you learn, because that has been almost in burning print in our minds. Where you fit. Look at your black skin and tell me you see yourself up there. Where you gonna be at? In the midst of all them white people. Talking about sitting in Jesus' lap. Your black nigga skin. Man, we're gonna have that nigga skin dripping all on your white robe. Like, take your foot, nigga, get out from over here and go shine some shoes. No, good well you ain't saw yourself there. That's part of propaganda. That's how you've been beaten and defeated all the time. Man, we ain't even got, it's so hard, we can't find men. We don't have any men. We lost our men. We lost our women. We lost everything. I mean, it's bigger than the beatings we got over, even the maiming. A lot of stuff we got over, you know, but goodness, man, this detriment in our thinking is still there. Our men are quitters. I mean, before men didn't quit. I mean, you had to keep going. That was a man, you just keep going. And my daddy cousin, he just take some tape it up. He wasn't gonna get no stitches. He'd get that tape on, tape it up and keep going. That blood out. That's how they just tape it up. He was not finna go no hospital and go trying to get no stitches, sit in no emergency room, keep going. That man had to go to work. Yeah. That man, I gotta go to work. I ain't got time. Take some tape, wrap that thing up and keep going. That tape will come off, it'll heal itself, and he'll keep going. Be a permanent scar cut, either way, just keep going. You just got to keep moving. And the thing is with us, we have to be really taught about ourselves and our connection to Elohim. That's like me. I refuse to serve somebody I don't have a connection or a part with. That makes absolutely no sense. Serve him anyhow. That doesn't make no sense. I might as well go be a slave. To know him is to love him. That's what we've been told. Was it just knowing his name or knowing about him and understanding that I actually found someone who cared more about me than I cared about myself? Not just what people told me, it's me looking at who's done the most hurt to me. Like when something happened where we say, Elohim punished me, Elohim doing that. For what reason? Because of decisions I made. I need to understand that. And these are corrective measures that get me back to a place that he wants me to be, so I can live, so I can exist, so I can dwell. And I need to understand that I need to be diligent about what I'm doing. What did we say diligent was? Good answer, good answer. I got to work hard. You know what the 16th chapter and about the 18th verse, 16, the book of Ori, y'all say? Hands. Good one. The law and the Nabaim were unto Yehukanan. Since that time, since the Malkuth, the Elohim priest, and every Ish, he worked hard to get in. He has to be diligent. See, it makes a difference, because I'm thinking, man, once you pray, once you repent, it's all yours. The man said, no, you have to work hard. You have to work hard. Yahushua had to work. He had to carry that rugged cross. He had to press his way to get in there. That's a press. Well, the might make him press. Well, you talking about that grilled cheese, press, mash it down, so the cheese will go out from between the bread. Well, you say it's a press. That makes a difference if I know that offhand. Versus I just think, let go and let God. Give it all to God. Just give it all. That's what you do. Come to the altar and say, Lord, I surrender all. You know, right? I can't just, you just got to do it. That makes sense? Who he did that for? He came out. So why am I asking? What's he doing, a new thing? He going to come down and he going to do it. I surrender all. You just do it all. I'm going to put it all in your hand and let you do it. Where we get this from? Man, that's right, because it's easier. It's easy to put it on somebody else. First of all, realizing this is part of our responsibility. This is part of your commitment. He told you before you got here, you have to press. You have to be diligent to do this. You have to work hard to do this. So when something comes and it seems a little more than I'm used to, I don't faint and fall out. Because I gave it to the Lord and the Lord ain't worked it out. I turn it over to the Lord. He work it out. Oh, yeah. He will work it out. He will work it out. Work it out. Work it out. Man, sit up here like I'm on the right hand. I gotta still get up and start working. He's like, these niggas ain't done nothing. Because people like to tell us lies. Because people not doing nothing. Time to start doing something. You're going to make it in, time for every man to know what's required of him. Every woman. If we're going to fix this nation, if we're going to fix this country, we're going to fix this world, it's going to take us to do it. While y'all sitting here, y'all know what Russia and China doing? Hands, 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 hands. Good. Tell them what they're doing. Huh? They were in the financial system. They got warships sitting right outside Alaska. That's not good. That's not good. The United States can't let that go. They have warships sitting, China and Russia have warships sitting right out the coast of Alaska. That's American territory. This is not good. Ukraine just signed emergency writing, expedited to become a part of NATO. Why that's not good? That means that NATO has to come in and defend Ukraine. They just did emergency signing. It's real bad. They ain't even told y'all how bad this is. I said, oh, he done it. Ain't doing it, he's done it. They expedited his membership to join the EU and NATO. Y'all remember what Joe Biden them told Putin at the beginning of this? That we would defend every inch of NATO property. That's what they right now. All of them around the borders of here right now, ain't no their town. We're on NATO property. And we'll defend every inch of it. Yeah, that's going to be pretty bad. He just took four different provinces in Ukraine and just came to Russia. He told them too, if it any attacks him, I would take it as an act of aggression against Russia. Turkey is pissed. He's burnt the bridge with Turkey. Turkey's pissed. That's why we had our nuclear weapons the first time to hit him. We took him out there because JFK got weak. That's part of the reason why they wanted him dead anyway. They felt like he buckled. He was a coward. He was a coward, but he saved lives at the time. That coward saved lives. That white man realized you can't go to war with these people that end like that. It's going to be nuclear. That's not a smart decision. But see, white people warmongers. So they look at, man, listen, somebody got to die, him or us. Y'all know that's their mindset. Where they think they're going? See, what they should have done, they should have struck early. They waited too long, and they know they screwed up. You let some people fight a war on the ground and you didn't give them planes. They could have been in the air, they could have been hitting Russia earlier, and when Russian citizens had been dying, he'd have been adding the cost up. Unfortunately, it been Ukrainians dying. So when you're going to teach the people when you find a person like Putin, you can't give up any room. You can't give up any slack. You got to move. You can't let him think and make moves. You got to move for him. See, that's how black people been in predicament they've been in. You'll make a move and your move too slight and you let them go back and you give them a chance to rebuild and they'll come back and attack you worse. See, the Negro will never win a fight when it comes down to white people because you don't know how to fight. You love too much. You got too much Jesus in your heart. You can't stand and see his babies die, but he can watch yours die. You got to be like Yahoo said. He got to be life for life. Life for life. You had to be unwavering. Really, he really scared of you. It's just you just too dumb to know it. You just too dumb to know it. He's scared of you. He's scared of you. The Negro don't own or have enough, really, the way he should be so scared to defend himself, especially for life. But unfortunately, the little stuff you got that he control, he own, and he got so many government actions he can do to take it back from you. I mean, for some reason, you just not willing to lose it. And you don't even have it. Everything you got, you have. Absolutely. What do you have that he can't take from you? So what would you be afraid to fight for that you're going to lose? You see how you program your mind to make you think you got something to lose? You have nothing to lose. What you going to lose? Your citizenship? What you going to lose? Your constitutional right? What you going to lose? Your first, second, third, fourth, and fifth amendment? What are you going to lose? See, ain't nothing dumber than the nigga. For some reason, he thinks he has something to lose. You have nothing to lose. He has to convince you have something. He sold you a bill of goods, you have something. And that's you. See, before, he used to be afraid of you. When y'all didn't have guns like that, he was more afraid of you. He knew them niggas on the street, them niggas didn't have nothing to lose. They burning everything, tearing us up, but now you got stuff to lose. I still ain't figured out what it is, though. It ain't your integrity, you've been lost that. It ain't your homes, you've been destroyed that. I don't know what you got to lose. Absolutely nothing. So we need to get the so-called Negro to sit down and regain consciousness. You know what happened? When you lose oxygen, you know you'll pass out. I said the Negro needs oxygen. Apparently he's unconscious, he's passed out. And he doesn't really look at how detrimental his state is around him. You have nothing. Y'all see how quick they done ran to Florida to help them white folks? Y'all see how they asking everybody to come down there with water trucks? Like the Mississippians? Ain't y'all done seen how they begging us to come down there with water to help them out? Man, the white folk water, listen, they like were kicked on today. Listen, they were giving you numbers of how many folk like were kicked back on. No white folk, y'all see how they begging us to run down there and help them? Not at all. Listen, man, they got tow trucks coming in. They paying $3,000 a day to come in and snatch 2 cars at a time. Listen, they got folk lined up. They had 84,000 before it happened, go ready to run down there and turn the lights on. How many folks did it take to get that water on Mississippi? When we heard them numbers for Mississippi? Wow. And the nigga. See how they begging us? And white churches coming up to get something? They make their way. Listen, every effort, listen, helicopter flying. Why we couldn't fly no water in them helicopters? Why we couldn't put no water in them helicopters flying down under Mississippi? See, the nigga don't know where he been insulted. They so busy hating and fighting me. All I'm trying to do is get the nigga to get some oxygen so he can regain his consciousness. Because he's really not conscious. He sit here and slaps you in your face. Fort Myers. All them little redneck little town out, them white folk with money. Them crackers ain't, listen, them cracker houses, listen, that house rolling down the street don't mean nothing to them. Them houses getting put back. They done already told them it's gonna take longer than 6 months. They gonna have so many crews down there. Listen, whoever else get hit and there's any black place, they done. They done. Florida getting immediate attention. All the area they got hurt are white areas. Major white areas, major white money. Can't walk on the beach at nothing. You know why you can't walk on the beach? Because them white folk goods are laying out there. Their rings, their necklace, their money, their guns, and they already know it. Them niggas gonna take them, because I would take them. Took mine, I'd take one back. The whole thing is, that's how they operate. They gonna run and protect them. You think they ain't got that whole thing shut down? You ain't gonna walk your nigga face down there, walk around talking about taking no picture looking. Ain't nobody coming in there. They gonna protect that stuff, them white people. That's still they good. Even though it's tore up, washed out, and drowned, and washed down the street, they gonna protect it. Look how New Orleans stay torn up. Did New Orleans have 84,000 Georgia Power and all these folk workers around there? Why they ain't have folk drawn from Texas and all these places to help out down in Mississippi? Soon as this happened coming to Florida, they already had poor people from Louisiana, from Georgia, from Alabama, from all these states already down there waiting to go in. We got trucks parked up here, waiting to go to Florida. The nigga, what an animal. They don't even, but you know what? You don't even care. Why would I tell you about it? You don't even care that he insults you in your face. Biden made immediate declaration signings to bail out Florida. Those billions of dollars that go into Florida, some of those billions, one of them billions could fix the water pipes in Mississippi, Chris. Not to mention other money white churches gonna raise, they gonna pull money down. Not to mention other Congress and Senate working, they're gonna tell them, Nancy Pelosi jump up, we finna do this with the money, we finna send the money down. Why we couldn't send no money to Mississippi? I told them, Mississippi, I don't know why you still there. I won't send no more water down now. I'm done. I won't send no more water down now. Because I'm pissed with my own people. I'm pissed with my own people. We don't give a damn about ourselves. And we sat here and we let ourselves get insulted like that. We're going to be the first people in the poll to vote for these white people, though. First people in the poll to vote for that. Florida, y'all do know Florida is a major deciding state. That's why they got to bail Florida out. Mississippi don't decide nothing. Georgia don't decide nothing. The electoral too, you don't decide nothing. Alabama don't decide nothing. You start looking at states like North Carolina, Pennsylvania, you start looking at states like Florida, you start looking at these states, they look at where they can get their most representation. Texas, these are places they know they can get their money. See, white folk, this is what white folk do. A nigga, he ran for office, that nigga try to make all 50 states. White people sat down and strategically look at what states are prominent that they need a battleground state. These are shoo-ins. Like, they don't make a Democrat not finna go to California and campaign for president. Why is it a waste of time, Chris? He already got that. I'm not wasting no time. California know what to do. Them dummies know to vote. Democrat, they already know what to do. You start going to battleground states you try to flip. You got states that you try to flip, you try to go to and you try to get. See, all this stuff important, these white folk get their self-electoral votes. They don't let no popular vote decide nothing for them. That's why when white folk run, they'll go see how they don't hold on the campaign trail. Them folk not going there well. They going out there, they gonna see Delaware, they gonna go see them they got little small little state, them folk go see. Their electoral might be that big, they know you need to go see these people. These folks are key and prominent in getting you inside that White House. Ain't no state they got more niggas got no electoral vote than white folk need to come see. Don't do it. You're not a deciding factor. So I need to teach y'all how to vote, what to do. See, white folks are even moved, dang. This is what they don't realize, how the homosexual agenda got as big as it is. Because they learn how to do something that the dumb nigga hadn't learned how to do. They learn how to read. They learn how to pay attention on key states you need to flip and you need to control. And that's what make a difference. That's how you get people in office and get people in these places that make these decisions, that sign off on. You can't be ma'am, sir. You got to be they and them. Or this and that. I'm telling you, that's how they do it. They know how to move. Now you ask me, as long as the nigga been here, why the nigga hadn't learned how to place himself in these states? Learn how, y'all know we everywhere. Why we won't sacrifice and listen, let's let a lot of us move from this low electoral state and run somewhere that's a deciding factor state and start to change the dynamics of it. We start to push to put people into the Congress, put people into the Senate. This is key. These are key places. You know the Congress people and the Senate electoral people that are in Florida are pushing for Florida to get relief, to get bailed out, to get established back and put back. If it was the niggas and it was City Atlanta, a bunch of black folks in City Atlanta got killed, everybody got time for it now. Let them bail their stuff out. We done gave the nigga, we done gave him 99-cent 8-ball bill. We done gave him crack. What else they want? So I had to tell y'all that because you don't know why because you stay in the same situation. Nobody never taught us how to think. We don't know how to think. We stay in the same place. White people move. Let me tell you something. Trump had a house in New York and Florida. Key prominent places he sat around and look at moving and doing his business and buy them in other places. A lot of y'all don't know, these white folks vote in more than one place. They don't know, they don't know no better. They don't know no better. That's why white folk push to change all this stuff, because they know this is what I do. I go in and cheat. I vote for my dead mama. Niggas don't go, what they like going vote for somebody dead? We don't even think like that. That's white folk stuff. They keep them on the application so they can change the dynamics of things. First of all, they're the minority of people. I don't know how they got the majority of a decision making. They're the minority of the people, and they call you minority. White people don't outnumber us. I don't believe them numbers. Come on, y'all gotta stop it. You believe anything they tell you. This is what I wanna know. Show me the nigga that counted everybody in the planet. Where you at, nigga? Just pull the white man that counted everybody so I know this. You think I'm stupid? Shaloma counted one by one. He said, so I can know what their count is. Who counted all these people? And please don't trust no census. You know how many people lie on census? You know how many Mexicans got 50,000 more Mexicans living in the house with them? That checked 2 people? Stop it. They illegals. Who counted them? Who counted when they come on the border? They ain't registered. They only have a driver license. They ain't got a social security number. How you count them? They tell black people anything. We ain't got a brain. I say, I used to be like that. Then I got a job. For some reason, the job make you get a brain. Make you start thinking about things differently. How many of y'all want to be different people? That's good. A lot of them don't want to be. That's good. You stay that same old riding nigga. Got to be somebody different. And we're going to be somebody different. We have to start looking at, I guess, certifying ourselves. See, we're not certified. That's why you don't get your relief you need. That's why you don't get the advancement you got, because you keep letting everybody name you. There's no other race on that planet that's going to let me get them a name. I can't go to white people and tell them this is the new name that they're going to be called by. I can't go to Hispanics. No Hispanic group going to let me get them a new name. Nobody here. Agree or disagree? Who gave you your name? I came up and called myself Negro. I call myself black. What they all call themselves by a color. White people get the luxury of calling themselves by a nationality and by a country. Caucasian and American. I'm just a black homeless nigga. So that's something I got to try to teach. I hope to spark y'all. My goal in talking y'all is to spark you to start thinking and seeing what we can do different for our young people so they have a fair chance. When you like, this is amazing. How a man going, he ain't a man, he a it. A woman goes somewhere, she ain't a she a they. But I'm still a black nigga. How I can't change who I am? These people done changed their sex. All the time. He said, what you say, I can? Y'all hear that? Y'all heard my pastor? Say it louder, pastor. My pastor said you can. Say it loud. Thank you, Chris. What you say? And the white man gonna call me by what I call myself? Nope. Not unless I break away. Not unless I refuse to engage. That's it. Make it give you respect. Look at the homosexual. They making you do it to them. Yeah. Look, listen, these folks done changed their sex. Yes, sir. It's at the county you losing your job if you don't respect them. It's they and them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They're starting to become criminal. Yes, sir. They're pushing this stuff global. Yeah. Okay. And I'm still black. I'm still negro. Homosexual done passed me. illegal Mexican up here. I can't get reparation. They come over here. They stand right here. I get them and move them over here. That's a lawsuit. Because they were moved against their will. You know how many of them suits I ought to have? Man, I got more suits that'll call me men warehouse. They crack it up, move me around so much. I ain't asked to be put in no projects. I ain't had to be put in no low-income housing. How you get a lawsuit when you illegally came and I move you from here to here and you got a lawsuit pending? How you know about a lawsuit? What country I can go to and I go illegal and I get moved around and I have a lawsuit pending? And I'm still a nigga. Only here. At what point do you people get pissed? Y'all a little tired. Let me go and teach y'all to be dumb. Let me quit. I ain't win that fight. I lost. And I lost. They don't even think. And nobody think. You ain't insulted. They don't insult you that you're going to have to respect them now. Virgin Airlines just came out. Y'all ain't seen a new commercial. They have the they have the training plane. Y'all ain't say, oh my goodness. All trainers, listen, the pilot training, they got the whole commercial. It's a training. It's going to be all trainees. They're not the only airline. These airlines going to push you. They're going to be all training. Training flying, training stewardess. LTGB airline. They taking this stuff over. And the nigga behind, that's what hurt me. They just popped out and already got right. Federal law enacted. How long I been here trying to get some federal law to work for me? And to get these stupid niggas here. Well, you got to respect them. You're a retard. You ma'am, are retards. I'm not respecting no homosexual. That's your sick decision. You won't get it from me. I'm not calling no man no ma'am. He can forget it. Till you put your money back in your pocket. I'm not doing it. You're a man. I don't know. You ain't gonna get it from me. I ain't gonna help you. I ain't gonna help you propagate that lie. How you doing, sir? He keep calling me sir, cause you got a dang-a-lang. Get rid of dang-a-lang. Get you Bojana. They just had what they interviewed today. They interviewed, I think it was one of the Congress or Senate. They were asking him a question. Oh, that's beautiful. You know, they asked him, can men get pregnant? He said, yes. He said, men can't get pregnant and trainers. He said, yes, they can't get pregnant. These are people that make your decision. Yeah, he told me, yeah. He said, yes, men can get pregnant and transsexual. Yes, you can. See that? Ain't even stable enough to be in the office. And the sad part, who gonna fight me about this? Homosexual ain't even fight me. I don't have no fight out homosexual. Guess who fight me? Niggas. So-called straight people fight me. I ain't got one group. I don't have them out that door. LGBT, GGB, BB, RSPTTC. None of these folk fight me. Even Aretha Franklin. It's the niggas fight me. Because they love this homosexual stuff. I ain't eating after you. I ain't drinking after you. I'm not interested. And I don't let them cook no food for me. I don't care how many gloves. I ain't that hungry. Why a sissy want to cook for me? Why is you ran up in here running fast you can in the kitchen and cook something for me? I'm not interested. I'm telling you, man, listen, you come out and tell you that stuff, I'm not hungry. I'm leaving. I'm not finna eat for it. Where that thumb going? Right there. Ain't gonna put that thing and do that thumb around it and stir it out like that. And then, enjoy. I ain't gonna do it. I'm not interested. Everybody different. Listen, get me another waiter. I'm not interested. They gotta make a living. Make it somewhere else. I'm not paying a dime for you to come on here and you sick and bleeding in my stuff. I'm not doing it. Years ago, they had one of them sickos. They said, I heard on Neil Boy's shirt, they said Joe up on stage doing some art, Say he took some razor, cut himself, took some rags, and wiped himself with them, put them on some clips, and started pulling them, and they were going over the audience. Yeah, that's what they say happened. First of all, why am I sitting here watching some sit stamp and cut himself? You needed all that blood in your mouth. Why am I saying, first of all, what in the world going on here? Then you put it up on something, you start putting it, and it going across the audience. That whole show up and tore down. Anything drip on him, you can't leave. Now I got a lot to play down. Now I'm like scoffing. I'm gonna be the bad guy. Go ahead, I'm the bad guy. Where have we gotten to that we sit here as human beings and we being forced in acceptance? They want to accept me as my life matter. I'm not black. I'm not a slave. But I got to look at a man with a dingling and call him ma'am. Because that's his right. I don't have no rights. Everybody got rights in federal law to protect them. Immediate termination. Call me nigga. The owner of the Phoenix Sun called him nigga. Where the rights of them at? What are the rights of this? What legislation involved? What compensation they gonna get? Ain't nobody even talking about a lawsuit, is it? But if I don't call him her and her him, then we looking at filing charges. We talking about federal. We talking about suing you. Black people should have been walked away from there. It don't make no sense for them to be here no more. It's sickening. I told y'all I'm working on some stuff. First chance I get, y'all can have America. I'm gone. Y'all see. I'm working on something. Now the rest of my members want to stay back here. If they stick that pickle up in you, don't call me. Lose my number. Don't call me tell me you done been throwed all over and been booked all wild. I'm not interested. You stay here, you get what you got coming to you now. We done been here long enough to see what the outcome of being American is. It don't work they don't respect us. They don't respect us. The fact that they will put money behind legislation, laws, fight to put them on Supreme Court. Talking about this is laws controlling the country. And that's all their laws work against us and not for. Heterosexual folk can't do nothing. It's so bad now because some white folks shooting up school. You go to school, you can't go into school. Somebody got to escort your kid into school. So you can't see the LGBT teacher and the LGBT principal. Y'all know Sunday school, they don't even let you in the building now. You cannot come in the building. We see what was going on, we were coming in the building. What's going on, we not in the building. LGBT gonna do it. They gonna see, they use school shooting to psych us out. It ain't possible for a teacher to bring a gun to school and shoot. Or the janitor. That's impossible. No. Where did school shooting come from? Black people? It ain't hard to tell what school they need to be shut, they need to keep them out of. That's where we at. All right, we're going to sign the cartos right here. Give me a little air. That's a little toaster. Somebody said thank you. Who said that? Come on, somebody else. Yeah, we get a little air here. Some of these people here are already sick, and you know they're going to holler. Yeah, that air got me. I know it. I know it. Joker been wheezing and coughing before they got in here. Joker, I been there one, you see that one dog fall. You see a little spit on their windshield, they cough, try to get it all out before they walk in the building. How many of y'all was in that car coughing? That's tight. Somebody said, today? What that mean? There at what time, what day? Talking about a few minutes ago? All right, go ahead and sign that cartos around. Maya, you want to fight me? I want to fight you back, too. She must be related to Hayward. How y'all feel about somebody saying they're going to take y'all pastor to the ground? How many of y'all that's offensive to y'all? That somebody will be talking about, hold on for a minute, let's do it again. We talking about people who are offended who ain't said it. How many of y'all offended by somebody talking about taking y'all pastor to the ground? They're tight. Somebody here shouldn't have raised their hand. Do you know your time? Oh, we going to the ground. We ain't blaming you, it ain't you. We've been watching. Folks don't know Hayward. He's a monster. I don't know what he is. All right, Romans 15:4. I know people tired of me ranting and raving. I don't care. I don't care. I just want people to think, man. Y'all know what? I'm really sick of. Why they at me day by day say, preacher, I'm ready. We sell everything, we get up out of here and we gone. Till everybody get there together, we can get out of here and go. We can go on and move somewhere else. Listen, ain't nothing can be worse than this. I'm being honest with y'all. Ain't nothing can be worse than this. You can stay here and love these people and keep serving these people you want to. You ain't gonna never be nothing. Like, you ain't gonna be nothing. I don't know what these folks in their mind think. You can't be nothing in America. They ain't gonna let you. They ain't gonna let you. Anybody we get that start or try to be something or try to run their mouth and try to say somebody, they're gonna break you every time. Every time they're gonna break them down. Look at Antonio Brown. He making good money out there. Antonio Brown was set to be one of the greatest running back they ever had.
Receivers.
You know, he got that problem in. I know his probably was in camp with him when they played at the Raiders. And they was out there, he wasn't playing. He came, jumped out there. He told him he wasn't practice. He said, man, I ain't trying to do this. He said, man, it's slave money. He was, listen, I know, listen, say, he tell me all the time. He said, man, it's slave money. Send out for these people. Listen, him telling this slave money. That's what it is. I him for these people. He wasn't practice. He was telling them guys, this ain't ever slave money. And you know what he at now? Begging to be on the field. They break him. They break him mentally. They break him. They break him, and now he begging to get a chance to get back out there and play. Every time somebody stand and tell the truth, they always break him. All them players should have started. This what don't make sense. All it takes is one NFL team to say, we ain't playing. Everything changing. The day. They got too much money. Listen, the rest of the team gonna look, all of them know each other. Here, listen. We're not playing. We're not. They end the day. This ends the day. We're not playing. And they got to go back and get all them people that money, and they can't, in that state, they can't get nobody, rush nobody now to do it. Nothing but some food. Nobody, what, listen, if people love the sport, they're not finna watch them no name run out there. They ain't finna watch them people. Listen, it's some people watch college football, it's some people watch NFL, and they ain't the same. There's some people who in the NFL, I really don't care about college. This is my game. There's some people love college, and they'll watch NFL. There's some people true hearted for the NFL. You're not gonna fool me just by sticking nobody out here. They can stop it. Now these college players done push now, but they finally getting paid. They fought to do that. They argued, enough people got about it. It took white folk to start pushing for it. There were white players that actually got it done. That's sure. White, see that? Niggas wasn't getting paid. Niggas been know they should have got paid. White folk they getting good money. They getting paid. They get to choose what college they want to. All this stuff done changed with these kids. But you know what? Because see, white people start looking at, I'm getting paid. Mom talking about no scholarship. You ain't doing me no favor giving me no scholarship. What is all you did to pull a desk up. If I'm here teaching and 50,000 people in here learning, what changed? If it 1 or 50,000, I'm doing the same thing. So look, if you put one more desk right here and tell me you don't have to pay, I got enough money out of these suckers. Then I got you on a field. What you talking about? That little food you eat, that little chump clothes and them shoes. You know how much money you make me, how much college brings in? NFL can't compete with them dollars. And ain't no salaries involved. Coach it, $5 million. All I tell coach, give him that helmet and that ball. So let me see you go do it. That's all I want to do. Let me see you one kickoff return. That's all I want to see you do. Catch it, let me see you return it. Can't none of them coaches do what them players do? That boy from Miami, that joker laid up that boy, his fingers in the figure 4 on the ground. Ain't nothing but a black man. They'd have never put no white boy back out there. Just had that happen to him the night before. A couple nights. He's never been back out there. Just Sunday you were laid out on the ground. Got up walking staggering. Why was you on the field again Thursday? That's what they do to him. That's what they try to do for him. You know, and then these stupid people, that football, they mean, honestly, Football shouldn't have all that hard hit. I don't know what these folks thinking. Man, I'm tell you something. It's too much after effect with football we don't learn now. It made absolutely no sense to try to crack nobody. You hit him high, I hit him low. That's somebody's son. That's somebody's brother. That's somebody. If somebody do that to you and you lay out there, nigga want to take a helmet and get on one knee. Take that helmet and open your damn skull up with it. I don't get it. It don't take all that playful. You ain't got to kill nobody.
That's right.
And football supposed to be a game.
That's right.
I don't get that stuff. I mean, come on. Now, he slammed him down, threw him back. I don't believe that intention make him hit his head. Because he did hit him like lay him out. But some of this stupid stuff, folks, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. It ain't that serious. It really ain't. I don't get it. Why you sitting somewhere where somebody got to hit you to kill you? What sense that make? I got to catch the ball and be ready to die at the same. It ain't even a game at this point. It ain't worth it. You could end my career, I never walk again. That's stupid. It makes no sense. Play football. If you don't know how to check a man, you can't hold a man and play foul. Nigga, get out the field. You should never got picked up. Some stuff stupid. If you can't hold me, that's different. You can't hold me. Let me do my thing. Ain't no, I'm gonna have to trip you up, break your neck. I'm gonna try to fold your leg up. I'm trying to bend you up and put you in a suitcase. I'm gonna have a pistol on me. We going. Try it. That's all. If you get the ball, then you beat me the ball, you beat me the ball. You do that, I'm gonna blow your brains out right here on this field. I'm telling you, I'll be strapped up, two of them things. Now, I might just say hypothetically, come in, you checking me, right? You checking, you on the other end of the ball, right? Now me and you going on receive right there. Come on, you turn around, you running with me. Come here. Come on. Work with me. I know you want to catch. Because see, you really had played out me too. Back pedal first, but I already caught this. See that? Come on, sit down. This say something about. Y'all say, hold on, look what he did. The man said, all right, come up here. If you do that, where you going? That man had me this high. Hey, Rue, now come up for him. But just saying, we going for the ball, we both reach for the ball, right? Now he got me, look, he might have me on right. I'm in the flesh. Down. Flag on the plate, we run it back. But he won't be down there. I'm just saying, the man beat me. That's football. That's talent against talent. But all that other stuff go up under me, they'll flip me, I catch the ball, you gonna get my legs and go up. Come on, where I'm going? Man, I don't get. You break your neck. That stuff pisses me off so bad, because I don't like that. That's to me, I don't know why folks thinking, man, that football, you are a retard. There ain't no football. Football is skill. That's a skill position you receive. So you trying to hold me. You do your job. I shake you, I get you. Come on, this football. Tackle me, take me down. Don't try to get me. One catch me up top, somebody catch me this way and see y'all can fold me up and 5 more niggas dive on me. Then you pull that pill. Boo. Well, that's it. Tell the rest, don't worry about no flag. Get the ambulance out here. People got to learn. Our referee that guy got that shooter. Boom. Play ball. Let's go. Get him out of the field. I'm telling you, you start shooting these bastards on the field, folks will start playing right. Folks will get you, be like, listen, come on, you running. You right, how you want to be tackled so you don't get hurt? Talk to a person, man, just get me just a little light like that, man, you just roll over. So, come on, man, it don't take no. Do it really take, you got to break something on somebody? I'd like to see niggas. All the niggas talk like that ain't played. That's somebody's life. Every time you look around, these guys saying, Mark Gastineau, y'all remember him? Played for the Jets. He was a man. You ain't seen it lately, have you? How many of y'all seen it lately? He on a commercial. Get what they do? Listen, they don't show his face. His wife talking about taking them vitamins. Mark Gastineau is a baby. This man, he was the man back then. You ain't seen it. He's a baby. They only show his face. He like a big kid. They won't show his face. His wife doing the commercial, they block his face out. He like a kid. He's so messed up. I'm trying to figure out, why is he in this commercial? She's saying she had to take the vitamins and stuff to take up. She's trying to take care of him. All that hitting and going and all these piss poor helmets. This is what bad. The NFL know that they knew this in the 70s, and they still kept these guys here getting hurt. They've been knowing about it. That's why they pay all their money. And these players so dumb, Want money so bad, the money is good, but you wind up giving it back. I get socks down. That's a $25,000 fine. Your shirt out, another $15,000 fine. Then at the end of the year, they go through all these videos. Most of y'all don't know. Do you know they go back through all the videos all season? Everybody just getting tickets, Dave. Everybody getting fines. All that stuff he got, no he didn't. Everybody getting fines. You got to pay a team pound that come out your check. So all that money you got, go back and all them fines you got. Man, a lot of them jokers be play the game. How about you just play it for free? I'm hitting you with $15,000 fines and $25,000 fines. You get $35. You get $35,000 a game. Then you just play it for free. Just stupid. It's just stupid that players sit out here and the stuff ain't being done to them at their leisure. That's why I say people color real. It's just time. Look, we need to get our own league, play fair, play straight with each other. Catch a dirty nigga, shoot him, bury him. That way the next one learns. I'm telling you the best way. Pop out, shoot him up real good. Dig a hole, bury him right there. Everybody run around him. Everybody learn how to play fair. I do that basketball, all that stupid stuff, trying to hurt somebody. You go up, lay on your leg, go up under you and try to flip you over your head because I cannot jump you. Shoot him. It make no sense. That's not basketball. I don't know why folks thinking basketball is fighting. It's part of the game. You're an idiot. You're not a ball player. I don't know where folks get this stuff from. How you a great player for fouling? That's stupid. You ain't even playing ball. That's stupid. I don't know. That's just different. I don't know. All right. Anyway, let's go. So they want them to get shot out there because you're trying to hurt somebody. And I said, let the game play. All right, listen. 15-4.
For whatever Nikatav before.
For whatever was written before.
Nikatav for our Lamed.
Written to teach us, to show us, and to instruct us.
That we through endurance.
Going through without quitting.
And the kum
comfort
of the Ketubim.
Of the writing.
Might have tikva.
Let's see something. Sit there, Aleph Ukanon, 1 and 1. They'll call it 1 John, for the reason that come to my mind. I know I argue about a lot because I got a lot I care about. Especially when it come down to the welfare of the so-called Negro. Again, I don't have to justify myself. I do believe, again, we can do business with white America. I believe we can stay here to a degree if we can establish ourselves and we have some liberties. Not liberties that's given to us by them. We need liberty. We need inalienable rights that they have. White people. What rights do white people have we can take? Nothing. What do they have that we can change? Nothing. What rights do we have that they can't take away? See, that's why it's not a fair system. It's not a fair system when I can't change anything of yours, but everything of mine can be changed by you. It's not a fair system when I can't create a system for you, but you can create one for me and tell me to be happy. Suck it up. That's the way it is. It can't work like that anymore. We have to have separation. We say, we got to start, if we can meet everybody on an equal playing field, respect them for who they are, you will respect us for who we are. You can't have any power when it comes down to regulating, orchestrating anything that belongs to us, just like we don't have it for you. All I'm asking for is the same thing. I'm not asking to say, let us rule over them and they don't have any right. That's not fair. I'm saying, let's do business. We will be in control of taking care of us and I said, now I'm telling you this with me now. First thing we're going to do, whoop all the kids. That's law 1. Constitution 1-1, whoop all the kids. That way they can quit saying, can you whoop me? That's the first law. Second law, we start making men and women. First thing we got to do is get control of our homes. We got to sit down and be taught how to rear and create families. That's the whole purpose, and that's the whole, that's kind of the nucleus of keeping our existence. If you look at it, how we operate now, there's no way for us to really, we shouldn't be here. Because we don't work cohesively like a family. Listen, Ari all work as a pride. You know what you don't find? You will not just find Ari the male and Ariel the female, and it's just them two. They're going to build a pride. They're going to form an allegiance, and they're going to work to make sure every cub has a chance, and survival is essential. Listen, if there's a herd of lions coming, and those cubs down, Ariel gonna throw herself in between. He gonna put himself. If he have to, if it's two, if it's three of them that come, listen. When they run, he gonna look at this. If I run, I leave, they gonna kill him. I have to be willing to put my life down. You know, people look at him and they'll say how with Ariel, people don't look at, typically they'll say he's up typically about maybe an hour, 2 hours a day. That he'll sleep 22 hours, which this is a complete lie, okay? But they'll typically look at he doesn't do a whole lot. And hunting, rarely, and different things that he does. But when it comes down to somebody coming in there and trying to overtake that pride, he will put his life down. He will take his small heart and he will overextend it and will fight to the death to defend that pride and make sure that he sires, those that he sire get an opportunity to go and spread his genes and keep going. That's what he'll do. The Negro is nothing like that. He will walk off and he will leave. He will not defend his right to be there or his pride. He will not defend his namesake. We don't even have a name. It don't even mean that everybody had to, Kerry, you a big old liar. Oh, Kerry, you always like. It was a time, let me tell you, like, my dad and girl, they didn't play like that. I mean, I'm just saying, they don't play like that, no liar. Also, they'll kill you, they'll cut you. They don't call me no liar. I ain't no liar. My word is my bond. That's how they came on. Now, we don't care about our word. It ain't nothing to lie to you. It don't mean that if I don't do what I say I'm going to do. That's just what kind of nigga I am. And that's scary that credibility doesn't matter. When Ari put out their mouth, listen, when they call, they give him opportunity. They will not run and attack him. They'll let him know, I'm going to give you a chance to go. You can leave. He'll let him know, I ain't going nowhere. We coming. And I'm going to be right here and I'm going to fight to the death. He going to fight to the end. He will put everything he got on the line and be willing to let. That's why you look at Yahushua. That's what they came. He put everything on the line. When they came down to it, between us and them, he was willing to die. That's why we appreciate him so much. Just so he sired us. He wanted to make sure his seed can continue to flourish. It was essential that he put his stuff on the line. It was better, he knew it was better that he died than us. He looked at a namesake. What was he going to make? If my people, which, what was again? If all of them dead. What they call about? He looked at, he sired us. He had to defend our right to life. And that's why I get on y'all, our king, as a whole, but it's individual, the quitting, the crying, the mealy-mouthing, the dragging, the fault finding. Instead of, you just got to get up. You're a man. That's what you got to do. That's what you do. That's what Yahushua said. He said, I came to give my life a ransom. He doesn't know when I came. Listen, when he came, he said, my mind was already set. I came here to die. But my men, they just, I don't get it. It takes more energy to cry, holler, and squeal and do nothing than it do to do something. So we have to get more driven in knowing why we're doing what we have to do. You know what I'm saying? It's an order so we can continue, so we'll have us a seed. I'm just being honest with it. A seed is essential. That's what we look at when we come back and we look at our olive bed. See, knowing the word is one thing. Knowing the principles of how our word was constructed is more valuable to me because that gives me the credence to why I take the word to the degree of why I take it. So you don't understand, just like with any language, there's not a language you'll teach a person without teaching them, first of all, the principles of how the language came into existence. Y'all saying the letterings, the sounds of the letters, how the letters construct together in order to formulate the words. Just teach you no word don't make sense because you didn't know the essentials of it. How many of y'all agree with that with a foreign language? They just start teaching you the word. First thing you come up, Pequito. They don't teach you about no letter. They don't teach you about the lettering, the sounds of the letter, what letters construct to make up. sometimes the origin of where things came from, so you understand how the language is spoken, and you understand how other words more or less stem from those, from those letterings. Same thing with our writings. That's how we learn how words were formulated from, because everything we did have meanings to it. And he told us, just like sounds, the distinctiveness in sounds means something, right? Ha ha ha! There's a distinction. They say, well, they the same. Are they the same thing? But you got to understand that. All right? Just like when Yahuwah came, what did Adam understand? The sound. He understood the sound. And the sound let him know. This ain't be standing right here and be ready when you come. That joker coming to kill somebody. I'm outie. You know what I'm saying? I'm outie. I'm hiding. He knew that sound was distinctive. He's been here before. I've never heard that sound. And I can tell from the sound of it that he's not coming and he's pleased. But look at us. The so-called Negro believed that Elohim had been pleased with us. We ain't heard the sound. Huh? Hold on. Let's see something. Let's look at this right quick, and then let's look at something. Listen.
That which was from the Rosh,
that which is from the beginning,
which we have Shama,
which we have heard,
which we have seen with our own
when we're seeing, which means that we saw it with our own hands. Give me meaning. John, give me one. Take knowledge of it. Master something, huh? Perception. Yes, sir. Witness. Let's try another one. Nah, go ahead. Yahushua. Senses? It's getting worse! No, appearance, knowledge, the that which was from the beginning, which we have.
Shama.
This is what Adam did. From the beginning, did he not Shama? That which was from the beginning? Which we have seen with our own. That's what he's looking at, own. That's how we get the knowledge. Understand what the own is. You say, see, that means I seen it. That typical English, if you saw something, what that mean? You seen it. Mm-hmm. That's what it means. But for us, that means you have knowledge of it, appearance, all these things that go with the This is what he's trying to. This is what he's trying to get us to understand. When you understand our vocabulary, let's look at the Can we look at what the is? I like lexicon, Hebrew lexicon. Here, bro. Oh, lexicon. I did Hebrew lexicon, but that's fine. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Let's curious. Let's say strong. Okay, come on. Physical organ, figurative or mental. Let's say, part of a speech. They told us a masculine, feminine noun. Okay, the following spelling is supported by the strong. King James translated it. Following manner. Let's see the sight. Let me see this. Come down. Eyesight, scene, color, fountain, well, face. I don't know, display. Come on, going back. Eye, a physical eye as showing mental qualities, or mental and spiritual faculties. Spring fountain, probably primitive room. The eye, literally figurative, an allegory. What's that? An allegory? No, analogy. Analogies. Let's look at the alphabet chart. Face, sight. We had a chart. Don't y'all have a chart saying? But you got to think, that's really kind of like moronic. That is a Hebrew alphabet, a Hebrew alphabet. Would that make sense when that's Greek? That there's a Hebrew Greek, that makes no sense. But that's what they do. Well, but then again, I guess if you do this, because they're going to say the alphabet's on this side, If they try to do it that way, okay, that would make sense. Okay. The I see, watch, know, shade. These are not all of them now. This is just some of them, because another chart to show you knowledge, appearance, other things like that. So he's saying that which we see, watch, or that which we know from what we see, which we understand from alignment is to see, to teach, to show. All those things fall up under those characteristics. So the reason why we go back to look at the primary reason of why we watch this is because it's important for us to understand it from more than just the English standpoint. We understand the basis of our language, which it all starts from the hieroglyphs. We talked about the hieroglyphs, pictograms. So when we start to construct our words, we actually constructed them from here, from these writings. We created words from putting these together. And putting them together created meanings. Y'all got it? We created meanings when we put these together. That makes sense? Just like Elohim, at the beginning we know him, what it said, Barashit. What we said, Barashit? Bara, created. Elohim, Ha, Shamayim, which one? Which he put. So we said, but you know, we don't start out saying, we said Barashit, which is in the beginning, Bara, created. What do we say? Elohim. Why we didn't say Abba? Because we didn't know him as the Father. We had to put things together to create that. That was the purpose of when Yahushua came, we understood the relationship, what actually made him a father. Y'all got it? It was from the Son. That's how we recognize him as the Father, because of the Son. Hello? It's that important. Like with us, we just give people title. But for him, he put things together so we understood the relationship. Even with becoming inheritors. Everything made sense. Like we looked at inheriting the Malkut, inheriting a land. But it made sense when he told us, when he came to Mizraim, he told us that when Yasharal was a ben, Yahweh, he said, then what was it? Our husband? And what did he do with his ben? So that meant he was going to have to inherit it. He was my son. I called him out. I had to bring him to give him an inheritance. Now, before we knew that, we knew by Abraham. He was called out. Hello? When Abraham called out? That's right. And he became an inheritor. Hello? And that which he inherited, he passed down to his. So we understood the relationship. That Ben had to come from him. So the inheritance were all based upon those that proceeded from him. When we talk about to Abraham and to his, that's where the promises were made. Y'all got it? So then we looked at how we became heirs, because we became joint heirs. You know what I'm saying? Because we became connected to Yahushua. Now, we talked about how a parent can take in a child that they didn't physically have. And that can be through adoption, which means you got paperwork. We got writings for that. That no matter whether we proceeded from or we came in through the adoption. And it still made us heirs. Y'all got it? And you know, we understand that all today. What people say, well, I don't try to worry about trying to understand. I just believe for his word. It doesn't make sense to believe for his word unless you understand what his word is. That's why it's so important when we hear statements made that we understand the basis for our writings, the and we talk and what we're actually looking at. Let me say that was a different chart you pulled up. I saw it in the corner. Let me just see what it was. With all these charts, no, it popped. There was a white chart you pulled up. Okay, don't worry about it then. It saw that corner, it popped up. Just, no. All right. Oh, no, this is just showing back all the languages. Probably this is the other people's writings. But see, and what people don't realize, when you go back and look historically, you'll find that all of us had the same basis for writing. Everybody had the Aleph. Even the Greeks, when they went, they had the Alpha. What would they know about the Alpha male? That's right. That's the one that leads. And that's the thing we found out about the Aleph. The Aleph can lead 1,000. Hello? Yes, sir. So that's what we start looking at. Even when you talk about Daud, when they talk about Shaul, how he had killed his 100, but Daud his thousands. He want to know how they accounting all that to him. See how these people write? Well, okay, Proto-Hebrew, they call original letter. Okay. Hieroglyphic. That's pretty ugly. But this is also similar to the crown. We talked about if you look in like old Japanese, you see they would wear the hat, it would go up and out, not the crown. Because you look at it, if you look at the Watusi, you look at the other one, you look at how their horns go and go out. It was similar to. Everybody looked at mimicking, looking. Hello? It was important because people understood the similarities. Like now what they give us now, it's hard to understand it. It really is. We see stuff now from like more a fairy tale type situation more than we see it from our basis for how we wrote. Y'all got it? I mean, it would make sense. If the olive is the head, and could lead thousands, whatever, it would make sense if I'm the leader to look similar too. When it would make sense, honestly, it would. And people don't realize that when we got with these people mixed in with them, everything changed. Then we got these little piss ant crowns. But when people before they were, an emperor hat was different. An empire is different than a kingdom. We had empires. We never used king. We got that stuff from them. When they write, they're talking Dawood talking about the saints of the Most High are going to take the kingdom. It makes no sense. For us, we use empire. And which is amazing. If you go back and you read our old writings, you'll even see when they told you about Artaxerxes, they're called Ahasuerus. They told you about, they said because his empire was great. These people knew. See, they would go back typically and they would kind of insert words that were more similar to it. Then they would go back out and give you another word, they'll throw you. They'll throw some over here and then they'll kick you back over, but you have to pay attention to them. Our reason our empire is great. Y'all got it? And that's what we look to try to, you know, that's amazing. Fred Samuel to call his junkyard an empire. You remember that? He said, this is my empire. You'd be like, empire? I'm going to kill him, something about an empire? Amazing, they'll insert word. That's Norman Lear, white man. Now, he didn't insert, the white man wrote it called an empire. Because he knew an empire was greater. Can you look up and let's see what's the difference between an empire and kingdom? Is that okay for y'all? Want to know? You know, empire is not our word, but let's just see the difference. Yeah, like I told you, they use kingdom, they used to put it with them old klutzy white folks from them comic books you be reading. Old klutzy Snow White and them. Kissing a prince and all that old kind of food. Kissing frogs and all that food. Then run out here, a white woman hair fall out the one, old clumsy white boy got to climb up through her hair. All kind of stuff. Crystal Meth story. The empire is a sovereign state made up of many countries or cultures that are ruled by a single individual, usually an emperor or empress. A kingdom is made up of land from the same region or territory that is ruled by a king or a queen. Different. See why we will have empire? That's the difference. See, you're playing word semantic. King just over land. That's the difference when you start looking at, when you look at our people and you start looking, we had empires. That's something I never looked up. It's important for us to know the difference. What's the difference? You're playing semantics with word. It's not. It's different. They told the territory that made up of countries. Hello? Okay. I don't know what the people are doing. So y'all understand this? It's sovereign, so it's not ruled by them. They look up sovereign so they know what sovereign is. How many of y'all don't know what sovereign is? You could have just come. You said a country? No. Elohim is sovereign. He has a sovereign nation. Look at sovereign nation, not ruled by other people. A supreme ruler, especially a monarchy. What's your former British gold coin? Definitely ain't worried about that. It's supreme. So possessing supreme or ultimate power. Absolute. That's what we used to be. That's what we used to be. Now we're not. That ought to scare you. That you went from being a sovereign people to nothing. We've been reduced to rubbles. We can be controlled by any other nationality, any other people, a child, a boy, a homosexual. At one time we were sovereign and we had empires. We came to America and we got stuck with the projects. Now we got a little house on the prairie. It's important for you to look at that. This is history that you need to talk to your kids about. Your kids need to understand the difference. That your empire consisted of countries, not just one piece of a land. That you were a sovereign people, that you were absolute. You were the ultimate power. That's what he granted unto you. And look at where you at now. Now, what do you have to do to restore yourself? See, when Yahushua with him, he allowed and asked Yahuwah to restore with him what he had in Barashit. When I was sovereign. Pick me up at the 18th chapter of the book of Yehukanan. Let's say that 19 and 1. Make it 19 and 1. Yehukanan. 19 and 1. They called John. You know what hurt me? My own people don't want to do nothing. It's scary. It's scary. It don't take everybody. It just take enough of us to be willing to say, I'm going to be the man. I'll be the man to step up to the bat. Step up to the bat and do my part. You ain't do nothing extra, just do your part. That's all every man got to do is just do his part. Every man hold up his hand. Some reason that's just the hardest thing in the world for people to do. Never been told, never been given that responsibility to do it. We just like to talk, read white folk books. You think about all the knowledge you got it from your oppressor. The people that fight, still a man. Hold it in, then one of my eyes get closed up like that, like Forrest Whitaker. Then y'all nigga laughing. Man, why you ain't gonna pay gas, man? Get it out. You sit around my eye all killed on like Forrest Whitaker. I'm trying to live. All the knowledge they use to fight me with is white man knowledge. Using word don't even mean nothing to me. It means something to him. He make it mean something to you. He invoke it upon you. He force it in you. They did beat you in school, beat you everywhere to learn it. Nobody don't beat you to make you learn Elohim word. This word's of life right here.
Yes, sir.
Your parents will beat you if you didn't get an education, you didn't learn these people information, and you still ain't got nowhere. See, ask your parent. All these kids, ask your parent. Say, where you at? How you doing? What you creating? With this knowledge. Then man, let me tell you something. It's the truth. There's not a college course class you can take to help you create your own. Not for people. These people all went. How many of y'all went to college? How many of y'all got degrees? Well, let's go to college. How many of y'all went to college and college taught you how to get your own? Look around at their hand. College does not teach you how to get your own. College teach you how to work for other people. They'll fight me with another man's word that ain't taught them nothing. The man ain't taught you nothing. The man taught you how to stay put. Everybody go to college and get a degree. Your name Kizzy. Stay put. They don't teach you how to get nothing. Your man don't even go down. They go to school and get a degree for business so they can run other folk business. They ain't been long ago start trying to get their own. They were trying to learn business so they could work white folk business. Most of them go to college. You go to college to get a degree for business, you can go and wipe your behind with them. You ain't gonna do nothing with that stuff. They ain't teach you nothing to run your own business. They teach you how to work within a system of their business. You got a degree in business, most of these folk got. Go and see what they do with it. Nothing. They know I'm telling the truth. I'm making this up. Most of them get a degree in business, they don't do nothing with it. It works inside of a system. That's how they get you. Everything they give you, when you get outside that system, it don't work. That's why the average person with a college degree doesn't wind up working in their field. Because you can only use it in one place. It ain't beneficial to me. I go too many places. All right, let's see what happened. Listen.
Then Pilatus therefore took Yahushua and scourged him. And the soldiers platted a crown of thorns and put it on his head. And they put on him a purple robe and said, Hail, Malach of the Yahudim.
Yeah.
And they smote him with their hands. Pilatus therefore went forth again and saith unto him, Behold, I bring him forth to you, that ye may know that I find no fault in him.
Yes.
Then came Yahushua forth.
Let me ask you a question. You done beat the man and did all that. Why you just let the man go?
Right.
Why would you be beating on a person that you already know for yourself the man ain't done nothing wrong? Does this system sound familiar?
Yep.
Has this Roman system gone anywhere today?
Not at all.
Because amazingly, this is a Latin court system. The same Latin court system that we go to today. This was a Latin. You know, we came along. You know, I never did pay attention. These people were Roman, and that this was a Latin court. This is the same court we go in. So this is nothing new with incarcerating a person that you know of yourself has done nothing wrong. Why is he being held? Why does he have to then get with how police arrested me and beat me? Wonder where they got that from. Because amazingly, he was beat. And we want to march against police brutality. The system calls for it. It's a Latin system. Okay. Police brutality new. Go make a rap about it. It's right here in the book. This isn't new. And the sad part, people of color sit here and just leave it on, oh, they beat my Jesus. This is what the system is designed to do. You take innocent people and you beat them and you already know that they're innocent. There are a lot of people of color in prison, rightfully so for the wrong that they've done, and there are a lot of people in prison and they know that they're innocent. They know, listen, you think that these organizations called Project Innocent are jumping on these cases and bring them up and the court just found out these people are innocent. They've always known.
Yep.
And they've held them anyway. And all these court systems, notice now, none of these Project Innocent systems are operated by people of color. They're all white students who take the time and take these cases, look them up. And a bunch of niggas can take no case and bring up no case, no 15, 20, 35-year-old case up. They're all white college students. Now you telling me paid attorney who got degrees don't know more than some white kids still in school. Nobody knew this until they started going over the case. That's a shame. Y'all heard of this Project Innocent, 25, 30 years, 40 years, mama, everybody, then first thing old dumb nigga say he got jail. I hold no ill feeling against nobody. Everybody in my family dead. I'm mentally retarded now. I just want to say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Just the dumbest they can be. I said, I hope the bastard dead. I hope the bastard died and everything the bastard got died.
That's right.
And all y'all bastards were praying me to stay in there and die. I hope you die right now. And I'm looking for a free one. That was a free one. To kill one of y'all niggas and don't go to jail. That way I feel better about that time I done served. It's crazy, man. Now I gotta go meet with some state representatives to question me about paying me a check. What are you gonna do with this money? Do you plan on becoming a drug lord? We had a person with him before. Did 25 years. Yep, 25 years. Because a white woman said that he raped her and he didn't rape her. Because it wasn't him. And she didn't have on her glasses. She was 70-some years old. He did 28 years in prison because a white woman said that he raped her. 70-some years old. What you finna get from a 70-year-old rank it up, booty flat like sheetrock? Front don't work. Who raping them? And you ain't got your glasses on. And you do 28 years, and he had to go meet with Georgia board, the state board, and they want to know if they gave him the money for the time he was arrested, that they had belief that he was going to go to, listen, he told them, so they asked him, do you plan on flying to Colombia and buying keys of cocaine and coming back here being a drug lord? What kind of question is to ask somebody who's been locked up for 28 years? You've been locked up for 28 years, and you finna fly to Colombia and buy kilos of cocaine and come back to Georgia and become a drug warlord. This is when white people in social intelligence. They did find a rule to get him the money at $30-some thousand a month. A year, I'm sorry. And, I'm not done. I'm not done. $30-some thousand a year. $700-some thousand they rule to give him. Because they said, had he been working all that time, that would have been about the amount of money he should have made. In 28 years, $700,000. That's when a nigga really poor. Now, on top of that, he could not get a ticket. He could not get arrested or get in trouble. And he had to maintain a job in order to get that money. Yes. Those right. Couldn't get a ticket, he lose it. Yes, a ticket. That's a, hey, come on, you're a felon. You done 28 years for fake raping a white woman. You get a ticket, you throw all that away, Dave. Come on, be sensible. Or if he didn't keep a job, he couldn't get the money. Y'all see all these little group, these guys get out of jail. Oh, they even get paid. Don't believe that. It don't work like that. They reduce all that down. They got caps on how much money they get. They break it down over a year, and you got to have a job. And while you waiting to get the money, which takes years before you get it, you can't have any involvement with the police, not even a ticket. All that thrown out. Can you imagine that? All it takes the police to pull me over, put that in that database, and slap me. Who to say them bastards ain't set me up? One ticket, Uncle Ted, 28 years I served. I'm finna get $750,000. I'm thinking cash right now. No, over years. And I gotta have a job. Or they can't give me the money. Everybody be thinking, them niggas finna get paid. It don't work like that. That's why I told you, it don't make sense to continue the system with them. I'm being honest with y'all. It don't make, I don't see why, what am I asking for wrong? Am I asking for a parade to kill white people? All I'm saying is, learning is saying, we won't do it. We're not doing it anymore. It's over. At any cost, it's over. You can't be over. You will make no more decisions. You will rule over the niggas that let you rule over. You won't do it over us no more. We done. We don't have a voice. I can't go to white people about white people. How's that going to work? White people doing me wrong. White people beat it. I say, you do know I'm white, right? Why would you, what am I going to do? That's not an issue that pertains to me. My case has to be heard by people that look like me. My case got to be heard by people that feel the same way I feel. Every race need to get their people in pocket. We need to get all out. I'm telling you what we need to do. We need to go whipping behind with our people. Everybody don't do right, we just taking you out. We need to get ownership, but we're going to take care. We ain't going to have the money. No, you ain't going to embarrass us. Just like old folks. So they bring you to us. Yeah, you know, the Negro, he was out here, you know, raping kids out. We got him. We got that from now on. You like raping folk? That's it. Take care, white folk. We gone. We handle our own. Everybody handle our own. Take care of our own. In prison, incarcerate our own. Y'all in there, we catch you putting your deal picking somebody behind, both of y'all dying. You ain't doing it. Get you in, we not have. We have humane prison where folk do right and live right. Not sitting here pocketing, I ain't make no sense. Give you a phone booth in there and give you a quarter. All this should cost is a quarter to make a phone call. That's what it was on the street. It don't make no sense nobody paying no $15 talking on the phone for no 3 minutes. That's retarded. Right. That's retarded. Now who you think making money? Why y'all think they said only give them a little bit of food? That's how they can make money in the commissary. It don't make sense not to feed a man. All you're doing is setting crime up. Because a nigga who could afford to buy a store gonna sell a store, and then somebody gonna wind up getting killed. Feed the folk right. You ain't him, you committed a crime, you need to eat. You're a raper. Well, we ain't gonna have no rape. Any raper, child molester, we ain't even got no jail for you. I tell you, I'll be honest, we ain't even think about you. Hey, how you think? What y'all gonna do with us? Oh, we gonna kill you. So in 10 years I'm gonna die. I don't know who told you no 10 years. Man, we ain't got that kind of time. We got to go. Isn't that right? We got to do everything right now. It got to be done now. I'm telling you, man, there's a little baby walk down the street. Nobody touch her. Don't just like, they going to kill her. We got cameras say, try it, boy. We going to kill you. There's a setup. We'll have mics everywhere. Camera, we'll kill you, boy. Don't try it. Boy, you're dead, boy. You're dead. Kids need to go outside and play. Don't y'all think that? Women, don't y'all want to be able to go, don't have to worry about no man knocking you out with something, putting you in no car, raping you. That's done. That's done. Oh, the man, we have a safe, listen, white folk become, can we come over? Let me check your background first. Got to look in the eye. There you see a man honest. Who want me to look in the eye and say they're honest? Come on, Mike, let me sit down. Come on, Mike. Come tilt your head a little bit like that. Come back that way. Then kind of back a little bit. Then down. Down a little more. Back up. Have you ate any more fast food since you ate McDonald's this week? Like, why we look around? What?
JJ.
He ain't nothing. I knew he could go no better. I know. I looked at that man. Listen, I seen so much fried food in that man's eye. I look at it. I told him look down. When he looked down, all I seen was the crust. I said, "That man." I said, "Man, down there." I just know that man done. That man said, "I'm not. The rest of this week, I'm be good for 2 days." That was just Wednesday night, Roy. What you ate from Jay? He might have. That mean he probably had a salad. Fish, chicken. Dang, why you looking like that, Dang?
I didn't know that was a combination.
I don't know. I ain't know. They sell chicken breast at JJ. A combo. What is it called? Whitey fish and chicken breast combo. Somebody call up there. We ain't breaking no Shabbat. How many of y'all done been to JJ? I'm talking. How many of y'all know JJ? How many of y'all done heard of the whitey fish chicken breast combo? Why ain't nobody else heard about that? Oh, they ain't never got it. So it's on the menu though. You seen it. What you usually eat before that? 10-piece wing. That's 20. Cause that's the whole wing. Don't make it sound like you eating a drumette and a flat. That's 20. And you got that tip. You got that tip on there. Man, that's 25. That tip for good for at least 5 chicken. That tip good, you eat it right. Let me tell you what, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This nigga don't know about the tip, how you eat the tip. First, you tear that little flapjack out the back. Put out, there's a little meat back down that back. You take it, come across that back. You got to hit right now, hit that back, and it got kind of crunch that little tip. Sometimes it tip, and that tip, it's a little clamp. Tip, flip it. Don't eat the fat, it's just around the end. Don't eat that fat, nothing fat. In the middle of that hole, it's a little piece of meat in that hole right there. Boy, you got to know about that. I'm a chicken otter. Chicken breast. This type. Chicken breast and shrimp combo. Mike, how much you pay for your combo? That's it right there. With taxing. $13.99 in taxing. You ain't have no bread in there with it. With the shrimp, what sauce came with it? Choose any two, Mike. Chicken breast or shrimp. You got to choose two. Don't do that. You don't sit on white no that. That's tight. Mike, I don't know what we're going to do with y'all. Come on. Chicken breast, shrimp, mix and match. Wing, chicken, tender combo, wing and nugget combo. That's tight. That's tight. That's the menu right here. Have you had the half chicken gizzard? What you against chicken gizzard, but you like pork ham? That's sick. That's it. That's the menu right there, Mike. That's the old one. You do know shrimp actually fall like in the fish family. Mike said, thank you, Mike. All right, let me see your Ukadan. Let's see what he told. What we at, 19 and 4?
5.
19 and 5.
Yes, sir.
Right. Listen.
Then came Yahushua forth, wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe, and Pelotus saith unto them, Behold the Ish.
Come on.
When the Rosh Kohanim, therefore, and the officers saw him, they sayak out, saying, Crucify him, crucify him. Mm-hmm. Pelotus saith unto them, Take ye him, and crucify him, for I find no fault in him. Mm-hmm. The Yahudim answered him, We have a Torah, and by our Torah he ought to moot,
yes,
because he made himself the Ben of Elohim.
Yes.
When Pelotus therefore Shammah that saying, he was the more afraid. And he went again into the Mashpat hall, and saith unto Yahushua, Whence art thou? But Yahushua gave him no answer.
Come on.
Then saith Pelotus unto him, Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee, and have power to release thee?
Let's see what happened.
Yahushua answered, Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore he delivered me unto thee, hath the greater kata.
Now, this is where I wanted y'all to set back to kind of consider the fact that he realized something that we don't realize. See, what we typically do, we typically kind of give out because of the authority and the rule that they have in their system. And we typically feel, people want me to feel like they feel with these people. I don't feel these people to the same magnitude or degree because I understand that the only authority they have, it comes from Elohim. This was the same thing that Nebuchadnezzar had to learn. That Elohim give it. Elohim is the one that bestow upon it. Elohim the one that also they cast down. As soon as his people will come to that understanding, then we can get back to doing the business of Elohim. But as long as we have the fear of and they have the control of us, it actually keeps us from being saved. Let me tell you something. The book says that perfect ahab, what does it do? You telling me that we don't have fear? Let's be honest. What does fear have? Torment. And guess what happens when you have that torment? And why y'all think we sit in the state we in? See, it's needful for us to be willing to stand for the fact we have to set a line in the sand to say we need to self-govern because we need to get back to doing the business of Elohim. I'm trying to see everything I'm telling y'all, it just plays in position of salvation. Look at what happened. We have an innocent man who went to prison. We know it wound up being for our benefit, but just to show you how corrupt the system was. If you know that this man is guilty, you know this man shouldn't be put to death, why are you still holding him? Why is it that you allowing other people to play a part in your demise of it? Now you have to ask yourself, what group of people play a part in your captivity? See, niggas don't want to look at the book like this. The only reason he was being held because of other outside influences. You saw he wanted, the book said he was willing to release him. But them jokers kicked up. Do you know how many other entities are playing a part? The reason why these people can't give you reparations? Do y'all know how many how other groups are playing a part? The reason you people can't get yourselves set up? And they have no idea. They have no idea. These people don't function. Let me tell you something. There's no race of people out here that has ever worked for your benefit. And they're not doing it now. When all Europe can get behind Ukraine, where were they when it came down to us?
Yes, sir.
Where was Europe?
That's right.
All these countries align themselves with one another and help and fight for. These folks get peacekeepers. Where were the peacekeepers when these crackers were burning us up and shoot what? I'll tell you, remember when the peacekeepers came on here? When the foreign soldiers came, when y'all were getting shot with water hoses in the 60s? It was on their news. The same thing that happened to you happened to everybody that looked like you in these other countries. And nobody said nothing. Nobody is saying nothing about it, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. It don't make sense. It don't make sense that we've been reduced down from territories. And a nigga satisfied with a plot of land. Nothing. Nothing. You are totally disrespected. Nobody had fought for you. Nobody had fight for your liberation. All the niggas keep thinking, education. What are you going to get from education? Your oppressor is educating you. There's not a system where they allow us to educate ourselves. I know these niggas, homeschooling. Wow, that's a great system. The same whole school that has to meet the standards of the state. Whatever you teaching your kid in secret, they can't do nothing with it in public. What they gonna do with it? What you gonna go recite some nigga history to these folks on the job? It's a joke. Homeschool a joke. Everything we do is a joke because you can't do anything with it. The better thing you can do is to educate yourself and come to the realization of we have to have separation of government. That's the only way it's going to work. That's even for our salvation. It can't work. Why? Okay, Purim. We celebrate Purim. We keep it, right? What was Purim about? Fighting against their enemy. And they fought against their enemy. What happened? Artaxerxes still ruled them. What was the purpose of Marduk becoming their Adon, becoming their ruler? Because he became their ruler. Artaxerxes set the day that we were keeping Purim. There was a consensus among our own people that we would keep it. And we set the day. Now they set your days. Martin Luther King was killed, what, April? His birthday is when? January. January when? And white folks tell you when to celebrate it, when to acknowledge it. White people tell you when. Dr. King told you when to keep it. His family, white people give it. It got to be convenient for them. Go and see who Dr. King Day benefit. Federal employees get off with pay. Niggas go to work. Do you get double pay? Do you get time and a half? Wow. Happy Martin Luther King Day, nigga. See how it benefit them? They get paid. Because it don't affect them, they still get paid. To not go to work. The banks to close with your money. You go to work and you can't get your money on Dr. King Day. Happy Dr. King Day, nigga. Great celebration. Every nigga should be paid. Should be mandatory. You don't have to work and you get paid and you don't miss a beat. I'm just telling you. I mean, you really don't look at your situation. In order for them people, listen, when these people came together and made a consensus, it was a consensus among all the providence. This wasn't just kept in one. 120 providence all agreed that it was going to be kept. They laugh at you when you talk about Kwanzaa. It's too long, too many days. Every day Kwanzaa got something different. It's an African culture. Is it recognized all over the world? Christmas is. It gets shot down because of Christmas. Christmas 2 days get more accolade than all the days you got a Kwanzaa. It's a joke. White people ain't finna do that. They ain't gonna be made to do it. They ain't gonna be recognized because it's not their stuff. Nothing of yours is any importance, nigga. That's all I'm trying to tell you. And that's because you don't put an importance on it. If I don't put an importance on me being respected by you, why would you do it? Everything he got, he make you do it. When that song get played, stand up. That's the flag. He enforces it on you. He pushes it on you. If you don't, then that means you're against the country. You don't have no importance. White people don't stop to recognize no African flag. The people. Our flag represents the people. Our flag represents the land. Our flag represents the riches, and it represents the blood of Africa. He will never stand to recognize it. That's a nigger flag. I can't stand and represent his either. That's a white man flag. It had nothing to do with me except for in part being impoverished and being enslaved. But we'll give him that. But you get nothing in return. That's not even a fair exchange. That you don't even get recognized. For your brutality, for all of the things that you rented and you given this country wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you. He's beaten none of his enemies. We've beaten every one of them. He could not beat the quote-unquote Indians. That is a lie. For him to tell you he beat him would be a lie. He used you. He used chemical, biological weapons on the man and still couldn't beat him. He could have beat a man with bow and arrows and he had guns. He needed you. The Buffalo Soldiers. We butchered them and we killed them for him. Where's our recognition? John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, Kirk Douglas. He don't know who killed him. 3 white boys killed all Indians. That was us. Everybody that was an enemy of him, we fought him for him. We beat him for him. When his own kids fought him from the south, when he was in the north, he couldn't beat his own kids. We came in and helped him. He lied to you to get you to fight for him. Told he'd give you your freedom, and you're still a slave. He's never done it. But when he tells history, he'll tell you about the great fight and how the North fought to deliver slaves, which was a complete lie. They did not fight for slavery. He promised you some slavery in order to help him win for the Union. He never fought for your slavery. But we came on, what did we told the fight was about? Slavery. It was about free labor. It was about the South was outproducing the North. The same thing going on now. The South outproduced the North. These little pretty soft niggas ain't doing nothing up there. The South outproduced the North now. And they looked at, that's another thing you see how they changed. It was because the South had free labor. If you look today, the South has poor labor. They have low paying labor, the same equivalent to free labor. That's why a lot of people love the South. They went up north for the money, didn't they? Because they all been to college. You're much too smart. I couldn't compete with your knowledge. How am I going to beat you out? You got a piece of paper. They pay thousands of dollars. I go to Office Depot and buy more paper than your store wrote on, and I only spend $10. That's how they get us. They tell you lies. But this is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. The authority and power they've been given to them, it came from above. We grant these people the power they got over us. And all I'm trying to do is get us to a point, they're going to do this kind of stuff anyway. It's all about what's most important to you. At the end of the day, we all have to start looking at how do we get ourselves in a predicament, in this trouble. The first thing we need to do as a people is to recognize the Most High, the Creator. A lot of these other races will actually come to this way if we would acknowledge it. If we would turn back and acknowledge our Creator way there, a lot of these people watching us. You looking at now, they look at people today, they say how people are so godless and people are not spiritual. When I came along, people of color were considered to be more spiritual people. Even white people, bad stuff, it was certain things about us they did respect. We don't have that anymore. We'll lay out and we just as terrible as anyone else. We actually make white people better. For the fact when they get through saying how low down and rotten we are, they look at, I ain't worse than a nigga. At one time, they could measure themselves about us. We had credibility. There were white people that would watch us and knew that person that was an honest person. Oh, let me say, all white people want that. It were white people that looked at us and had respect for us. Because of our integrity, the type of people we were, they don't respect us anymore because you don't respect yourselves. Right. I'm telling you, we lost it. There were some white people who respect some older people. Listen, they respect it because they knew you were a good person. They knew that person right there was a religious person. That was a good person. That person right there, they would have respect to someone. They don't have respect anymore. We don't respect ourselves. We don't respect our we don't respect our religion. We don't respect our culture. White people make you respect their culture. They stick it in your face. You're going to respect for it. Did you lie? Everything white people, Thanksgiving. Could they make you spell? Donald Trump came, he said, we're going to come back, we're going to call it Christmas again. These white people run off the premise of making you respect their lies. You can't even run off respecting the truth. Anything we're going to do, we closet talk about it. If you believe in it right, why you got to talk in a closet? That junk make me sick. I'm like, don't say it if it's wrong. We're the only people. White people say what they want to say. They don't like it, need to go back where they come from. That's whoever it is. Who they talking to there? No, Mexicans. These folks don't cut their tongue when they come down to how they feel about it. These folks had a pride of, even though they murdered, raped, and robbed, and kidnapped to get here, they still feel like it was a prideful deed. They still celebrate themselves as heroes. They won't dare to have their kid to grow up. Why you think they won't let you teach their kids about what happened in slavery? Because they're different than the story they told them. They told them slavery actually helped you out. When they came and caught you in Africa, you were eating yourself. Y'all didn't know that? You were playing with your green monkeys, and the monkeys scratched you, and that's how you got AIDS. They teach that white kid, it was a benefit to you. And America was better when you were slaves. You were better. You weren't the bad, rotten people you are now. So what the kid thinks about? I want to help you be better. You need to be a slave again. need to put you back the way you came from. They tell themselves those lies so they can feel good about themselves. If white people told themselves the truth, they know it's wrong. They tell themselves lies, and you live the lie because you won't stand up and show the truth. You beg them for things, you run to them for stuff, and you don't realize a lot of stuff you can do right among yourself. I've been taught a lot of stuff you can do yourself. I don't know why we feel like we got to have them every time we do something. I don't know why we feel like we can't do nothing on our own. So you start getting back credibility. They'll tell you how much money we spend, yet we don't spend any of this money to better ourselves. And we took the money we waste and this white junk they give us, this terrible food they give us, this terrible education system, these terrible clothes they give us, make a fool out of. All the clothes we expense out to wear, white folk don't wear this stuff, they spend their money on other stuff. We'll spend all our money and look good and ain't got nothing. Don't have nothing. And it don't make sense as long as we here to be the same people we've been all the time. We hadn't really aspired no further than our parents. We just got more book sense and more book debt, but we dumber than they were. Because we don't try to change the dynamics of how stuff is against us. And that scares me. That scares me that we're going to fall in the hands of kids that's going to make decisions or have make no decision, have no opinion on our welfare for our elderly. We don't care about them. Why would they care about them? Let me tell you what's bad now. Where it should have been that we took care of our parents when they got older, our parents had to take care of us. They can't retire because they got to take care of us. They can't stop working because they got to help us out. This is how piss poor we are as a people. Piss poor. Don't y'all know the book said, Shaul said it the third time I'm coming to you, and he said the children ought not to live for the parent. We should live to a point that we can say, that got that. Y'all good, y'all take care. Now somehow I get old, y'all take care of us. This is how backward we are. Let me tell you, you can forget it. You can forget it. These kids here, y'all tell me the truth. How many of y'all got in y'all mind to be ready to take care of y'all parents? Tell the truth. One. How many of y'all put that in your mind? One. Just except my ear issue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm taking care of my Dude's hand up there, right. Dude's normal need all that food. He done ate. Anybody young people out there? And let me say this, for the one that not, that's because we don't stress the importance of that. That's just being honest, we don't stress the importance of it. If I put up for you now, I'm looking for you to take care of me later if something happens. See, we don't have a system in play to do that. The system we got in play, we count on the system that said they already bankrupt. So why do I wait to fall into the hands of people that already tell me they ain't got my money? And then jump around on broke down, hurt, can't move, saying, can I get my money? Okay, dumb nigga, what part you didn't get when I told you I ain't have it? So now you got to go to the street. Now you got to choose between medicine and food. Because we don't even try to plan to put that in them. I'm telling you something. We have to really get back to rearing our kids to understand the caring and for your parents. The same care that you got when you couldn't walk, you couldn't change your diaper, when you couldn't eat, when you couldn't pay and couldn't go to the doctor. We sacrificed to do that for you. You should have that mind and look at, I want to reciprocate to my parents. I don't want them. We didn't say when you couldn't change your diaper and you couldn't talk that we were going to put you in a nursery and leave you there. We still kept you. When you couldn't walk, we carried you and we put you on a stroller and we pushed you. Nigga, look at a wheelchair. I ain't putting this old ass nowhere. That's just being honest. It's not there. It's just being honest with y'all. If we don't put something back in our people, the importance of how the parent-child relationship is and how it's structured, all we're going to do is dwindle and waste away. We're going to dwindle and waste away. You know, folks, the parent now pretty much, you just go ahead and die. These kids don't care nothing about you. That's just, don't even look for it. Forget it. That's obsolete. Kids don't care about it. In the country, folk would get together and say, we got to take care of daddy. We got to take care of mama. That's how it was. Everybody got together, did what they had to do, so we got to take care of them. Everybody knew they had to do. They had to pull everybody, let them know we got to take care of them. Or make somebody need to be there, and the rest of the lot they're going to chip in, they're going to pay and take care of them. They won, because that's not in our mind. First thing there, throw everybody away. Nursing home ain't designed to keep people living. Nursing home designed for people to die. They need to keep moving their bed. They're trying to keep turning and burning. Because nobody taught us how to be able to do it. We didn't prepare for these things. We just thought you just keep living and one day you just popping out. We didn't think about you can keep living and get old, get sick, can't work no more, and time overlaps. And before you know it, you outlive what you put up and now you stuck. Versus we looking at you were taken care of, reciprocate. If we don't, we gonna lose. We already losing. We already lost. This is not important to y'all, is it? Y'all young people, don't worry about it. You ain't gonna believe it. Every old person used to be you. Do the math. If you keep living, it come back around. Go ahead and rush them out the way. Go ahead and throw them away. It'll come back on you. We're talking about kids being able to reciprocate and put back. We got to be able to set ourselves up so we can set ourselves up some things so we can keep existing. Right now, we in their hand from the time we born. When the time we born, we fall into the nursery. That's going to fall under their system and the regulation of their system. Then you're going to fall into the news. You're going to fall into the school system. That's under their system. You're going to go to college under their system. You're going to work on their system. And you're going to retire. You're going to go broke and die under their system. It don't work. It's no benefit. It's really no benefit. It benefits us to do absolutely do nothing to stay in their system. It benefits us to break away and establish a system that better sits up. Okay, don't worry about it. That's just me. Wasting time again talking about nothing. Don't worry about it. You know what I tell y'all? Same thing I tell my kids. Don't need nobody. Don't need nobody. Every one of y'all in here are a potential person for them to snatch up and get and pull off and throw away. Don't you need nobody? See, right now, y'all ain't worried about it because you think it don't affect you. You just a step away from these people grabbing you, taking you, and everything you got. You under their system. They don't give you nothing that they don't keep rights over you for. There's nothing. Saying you're an American citizen means that not you have the entitlements of America, you are under all of the criticism of America. You're under all the authority of America to whatever they want to do to you. That's why nobody come and help you, because you don't sign a contract with these people. I don't see where you hurt. Your paperwork say you gave up all your rights. And you can say it ain't, but look how they treat you. What's the real benefit in doing it? What has it actually gotten us? Being a part of and being under their authority, being under their rule and going their poll booth. Tell me how it helped us and where it got us to. Can somebody please just give me an intelligent sentence and tell me, while I'm running my mouth up here, talking about nothing, this is how it's helped us. And this is how we've advanced and became a better people. Can somebody do that? Can anybody tell me how it's helped us and benefited us? And what it's given us? So why are we still doing it? Exactly it. Been conditioned to be. Nobody blamed them when they broke off from England and they came here, did they? People thank them for it. How you gonna blame me if I said we break off and we establish ourselves as a people? Don't they still do business with England? I can't break off from them and still do business with them. So why white people, only people can do this? Let me tell you what you can't do when you're a felon. You can never be nobody when you commit a felony. How do these people manage to run Australia? They only went there as felons. How many of y'all didn't know that? How they got to Australia? It was a prison colony. They were shipped from England. They were criminals. Now they run the country. Children of felons, criminals, rapers, and murderers. They run the country. What nigga run Australia? How about the nigga was there before they got there, Daniel? And they call them aboriginals, which means in Latin, no original. Ab, when people talk about, look at my abs, this is how dumb you are. Ab means no in Latin. So they were called themselves aboriginal. They just caught on to this a couple of years ago and said we were getting rid of that title and we're going back to the name of the people we were before we met them. They called them aboriginal. They cut it off. They told them, no, you're not calling them no aboriginal. That wasn't our name. We had a name before we met you. They hit the news and stayed real low and gone. See, people starting to realize. That's why you keep defeating me. All right, how you doing? I'm aboriginal. You just told me I'm not original. And they want to know why they couldn't get their rights in court. I just stood up and told the judge, Uncle Ted, I was an aboriginal. And ab in Latin means no, not. I'm not original. And I'm here to get my rights, and I'm here to get my money for my compensation. I want compensation for what's been done to me because I am an aboriginal. I don't know why this judge ain't paying attention to what I'm telling him. Just like you telling him you black. You are a black American, which in their legal term, something that pretends to be real. And I want to know, Dave, why can't I get my reparations as a black man, as something that is pretending to be something? I am pretending to be a man. Do you know that saying? Basically, you are saying I am a transsexual. By saying I am a black man, that is equivalent to saying I'm a homosexual. I don't blame y'all, I'll be tired too. Once you get tired of being stupid, once you get tired of being behind, once you get tired of being ignorant, once you get tired of being insulted, that's all I need people to do. At some point, you can sit here and you can keep trying to read this, but if you don't come into the realization of there has never been a race of people that's ever helped you. It's never happened. No one can recall it. No one knows these people. Yet you play with everybody and everybody laughs at you. And until you get this reality in your mind, because they're looking at, you've been here how long and you this stupid? And we've been here for over 400 years under his leadership, and you're still this stupid. That you will elect one of them, that you will fight for them, and the people don't even like you. They will go to any other race and give them they will give them rations, reparations. Even if they ain't fought, they'll demand other people to get them reparations. Because it's not right and it's not fair. No one has come to your aid of defense to defend your right to be compensated. And you ain't got a brain in your head yet. They all make me their enemy. I don't get it. Why do you keep thinking there's something wrong if you say something about you don't like people mistreating you? Why do you think you just need to be quiet and you can't stand up and say something? White people don't run your mouth. White people don't control our mouth. They don't control no air we breathe. Right. You got a right to say what you don't like. Right. You have no recourse for anything that happened to you wrong from them. What can happen to you from them that you can go get recourse from somebody else to demand that they do it? That's scary. Anything you get from them, you have to go to them. Anything you don't like from them, you have to go to them. And you tell me it ain't time for no change. It ain't time for no change. What are you teaching your kids? Go to them, ask them, wait on them, and wait on the Lord. What color is the Lord? Give it to Jesus. What color is Jesus? What do you have that you can take and you can deal with yourself? All right, I'm going to let y'all go. That's two.